subscribe to my sister's channel. She will also voice her favorite plots. Let's give her a big asset. A girl with red hair was walking along Konoha. It was Kushina Uzumaki, accompanied by Bavako Sarutobi. Kushina had a huge belly. Today on October 10th she was supposed to have 2 girls and 1 boy. When Kushina found out that she was having a boy, she was furious. Men are what she hated. Her favorite as a child, the father killed the mother of the family. It was after that she hated men. Fertilization happens like this: either they find a decent man or mix the genes of 2 girls. Suddenly, Kushina saw her best friend Makoto Uchiha. Makoto-chan. Hi. Kushina saw the bundle in her friend's hand. And who is it? This is Sasuke, my daughter. Makoto turned her daughter to her friend. Kushina sparkled. I hope my daughters and she will be friends like you and me. And yes, Makoto, does it hurt to give birth? Makoto was in a stupor. Is the bloody habanera herself afraid to give birth? Makoto was surprised, but she also wanted to make fun of her friend. What? Yes, I am. Bivouac pulled Kushina. Kushina, it's time for us, or do you want to give birth here? Makoto bowed and waved her hand and left. Reaching the gate, Kushina was met by Minato and they went to the place for childbirth. Then everything went according to the canon. That's the moment of sealing. Kushina, we need to seal the fox in Naruto and Menma. You have to help me. Kushina agreed with a creaking heart. She knew that Naruto would not be useful, so Minato has already begun to chip the seals, but here. Someone grabbed her hand and it was Hiruzen Sarutobi. Hey, Minato, did you really decide to die so early? I'll do everything myself. Hiruzen folded a large series of seals. After Hiruzen, Shinigami herself appeared. What do you need, mortal? Hiruzen explained that she wants to divide the 9 tails into 2 parts and seal them in the children of the Kage. You know the price. A nod. Hiruzen's body dropped dead. Minato and Kushina, holding their children in their hands, bowed to Hiruzen's body. 3 years later, Naruto, a yellow-haired guy, was sitting in his room and crying. Kushina, as usual, scolded him for nothing. He just wanted to play with his sisters, and Naruto fell and started crying, blaming the blonde for everything. Suddenly Naruto heard Minato's voice. Only she could sometimes support him. Someone entered Naruto's room. It was Minato and Kushina. If Minato was angry, Kushina was gloating. Naruto, is it right that you pushed your sister? Naruto lowered his head. I accidentally. Naruto raised his head. Their eyes met and he quickly lowered his head. Kushina, please come out. She did what she was told and went out. Minato closed the door. Oh dear. Minato squatted down and stretched out her arms to hug her son. I didn't want to. Naruto hugged his mother. Kushina didn't know the measure of punishment, even though Minato talked to her, but nothing changed. So Kushina entered the room. Minato, you kind of had to scold Naruto and not calm him down. Kushina was angry, no, not at Minato, but at the fact that Naruto would remain unpunished. Minato put Naruto on the bed. Kushina, you should calm down already. He's your son. Minato decided to put all the dots. Yes, and he's my sin. I didn't want him. He should be grateful to his sisters for life, and he behaves like this. I hate him. Kushina also wanted to explain her point of view. Mama, Naruto, he just cried. A stupid child who didn't know why his own mother didn't love him. Don't call me that. Kushina swung and accidentally absorbed the chakra, hooked, into her hand. Minato thought that Naruto would start a poster and therefore wanted to hug and calm her son. Naruto screamed and released a wave of chakra. Minato hit the closet and Kushina flew into the wall. Naruto looked at the mothers with tear-stained eyes. He thought that the second mother would hate him. It can't be. Minato was in a stupor. You used the chakra, Mom. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Naruto thought he was going to be scolded, but no. Minato stroked Naruto's head and smiled. Something clicked in him. He knew that Minato wouldn't do anything to him. That's it, Naruto, calm down, you're strong. Now we'll go with you to a good aunt. She'll check you out and we'll go home, okay? Minato smiled sincerely. Naruto believed his mother and nodded. Kushina, we will go to Mary and find out what happened to Naruto. Minato took her son in her arms and went to the hospital. Kushina looked after her wife. Something jumped in her heart, but she shook her head and did not attach any importance to it. Naruto was sitting on the couch swinging his legs. He was checked from head to toe and the doctor and mom moved away. Minato-sama is impossible. But it is. He absorbs the chakra and appropriates it to himself. When the chakra ends, he restores it. And this means that his supply of chakra can become unlimited if you feed him with chakra. Do you mean to say that he is not only the first man with a chakra, but also can appropriate a chakra for himself? Wait, what about the tailed chakras and improved genomes? Minato looked at her son. If everything is done correctly, he will become stronger than the whole army of Junin. Most likely, yes, the genome improvement will be transmitted to him, but the tailed chakra will be dangerous. He can get a strong blow to the body, so it's better not to risk it. Yes, that's right. Minato was afraid for her son. Okay, it's time for us. Minato entered the office. Naruto, it's time for us to go home. Mom, can I go to your place of work? I don't want to go home. Naruto guiltily lowered his head. Okay, let's go. Minato took her son in her arms and using PBG, Flight of the Thunder God, teleported to her office. Here's my office. Make yourself at home and feel at home. Naruto just sparkled. He found some interesting scroll with pictures. Suddenly a guy and 3 girls flew into the office. Hokage-sama, this guy tried to rape a girl and we caught him. The girls smiled like a villain. Minato looked at the guy. He was shaking and mumbling something and started calling her Naruto. Naruto, wait a minute please. Mom, they're lying. Naruto pointed at the girl. She was clearly angry. Hey, man, know your place. Minato glared at this girl. She hid behind her friend in fright. Hokage-sama, I didn't try to rape anyone. I just fell on the girl. The guy was on his knees. Mom, he's telling the truth. 2 girls came in the door. Mika, Minato-sama, my son did not try to rape anyone. I found the girl on whom he fell. The mother was on her knee and hugged her son and the girl just nodded. So here's my word. You 3 will be seriously punished. Minato spoke as seriously as possible. And now everyone out. Naruto, why didn't you say before that you can tell who's lying? Minato looked at her son. I do not know. After the blow of Kushina, I can determine it. Naruto said everything he knew. So you're the first guy with a chakra and you're already an empath. Cool. Minato smiled and kissed Naruto on the forehead. It's time for us to go home today. Another clan council. Yes, can I come to your work more often? Naruto hoped to see Minato more often and not be at home. Of course, you will come to work with me every day now. Hooray. Naruto jumped. Oh, sorry. Namikaze scratched his head guiltily. Do you mean to say that your son can receive chakra and even an improved genome, as well as the chakra of the tailed ones, and plus he is an empath? Shikaka Nara was Konoha's strategist, and here is such a guy. Yes, he alone could at least increase Konoha's power 2 or 3 times. Yeah, it's cool. If his children get his power, then we will have a whole clan of strong shinobi in the village and a tailed chakra. With him, we will become the strongest village in the world. Don't plan so far, it can be dangerous. I will not risk my son because he may die. Minato understood that there was nothing good that would not end and she wanted to save her son's life. Minato, stop playing the good mother, the whole Konoha is at stake. If they find out about him, a war may start. Hayashi Hyugo was ready for anything for the sake of the clan and Minato has a whole village on his shoulders. We need to take a chance. Okay, but when he grows up and someone tries to touch my son, will deal with me for the sake of her family. Minato is ready for anything. Well, we still need to connect your son and our daughters. Tsum Inuzuka wanted to cross her daughter and son Hokage. Naruto was the only boy in this generation and the best for creating strong offspring. He will decide it himself. Minato didn't like this idea, but we need to make a couple of concessions, and how are we going to cross them? Stop saying that, Tsuma, it's disgusting. He will now go to work with me every day, so good luck. Minato smiled. Her son can feel emotions and is unlikely to choose a left-handed girl as his wife. So we're done, I'm off. 2 years later, Minato was lying on the bed with her head turned. Kushina was lying next to her. Namikaze saw only her back and her wife's long hair. Minato stroked her wife's hair. Hey, Kushina, when was the last time we had fun? Minato wanted to play with her wife. They haven't done this for a long time. I'm not in the mood. Kushina didn't even turn around. Minato didn't like it. Well, come on. Minato crushed her wife's ass. Kushina removed her wife's hand. I said no, I have to get up early tomorrow. Kushina didn't even think about turning to her wife. Okay, from tomorrow Naruto will go to work with me. Further action surprised Minato. What? What for? Kushina quickly turned to Minato. Something was red in her eyes, but in the dark it was not visible that it was anger, fear or sadness. Why would you take Naruto with you? Minato was in a stupor, but after a minute she moved away, and, after your slap in the face, Minato looked reproachfully at his wife. He became capable of empathy. This will help me a lot. And at 8 years old he will go to the academy since he has a chakra. Kushina did not dare to interrupt her wife and listened with dilated eyes. The academy? Okay, I'll be just glad not to see him again. Kushina turned her back on Minato again and fell asleep. You're my fool. Minato got it. Hurts. Minato smiled sadly. Naruto was snoring merrily. He couldn't sleep for a long time yesterday. Naruto, get up. Minato gently tried to wake up her son, but he did not get up. Naruto. Minato began to wake her son more vigorously. 5 more minutes. These words infuriated Minato. You little tomboy, I told you to go to bed earlier yesterday. Minato screamed like a company commander. Naruto quickly jumped to attention. Well done, let's go eat and go to work, understand? Minato smiled tenderly at her son, who began to dress. Yellow t-shirt, black shorts and sandals. What? Naruto didn't like mom's look. It was his favorite clothes. In short, Minato crossed her arms over her chest and exhaled loudly. Now you work for Konoha. You will have a salary. Your job will be simple. You will determine whether a person is lying or not. You will be available to everyone. Also at the age of 8 you will go to the academy. Naruto looked at his mother surprised. He and I couldn't dream of such a thing. But here he can become a shinobi, so I can become a shinobi? Naruto's eyes sparkled with pleading. Minato stroked Naruto's head. Yes, son, you will be the first shinobi and the strongest. Naruto shone like the sun in a clear sky. Okay, let's go. Today will be a difficult day. Minato knew that all the heads of clans would bring their daughters. Minato exhaled heavily. Naruto was eating porridge. The others entered the kitchen. Naruka was an exact copy of her mother and Menma was difficult to distinguish from her brother. Only a pair of pigtails and girly clothes. Naruka, Naruto's chakra has awakened. This means that he will go to the academy with you. The girls were surprised. Okay, Naruto, let's go. Naruto was sitting on his mother's knee and reading a scroll. Yes, he read badly, but Minato said that it was necessary and Naruto obediently fulfilled his mother's requirement. Then Fugaku Uchiha and her daughter Sasuke entered the office. Good afternoon, Minato. I came about our last conversation. Fugaku looked at Naruto. Aren't you Naruto-kun? Sasuke, say hello. Sasuke bowed slightly. Hi, I'm Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto examined the girl. He felt the negativity from her. You're evil. Naruto made a thoughtful face. Minato smiled and looked at Fugaku. Well, okay, Fugaku, tell me what you wanted to discuss. Minato tried to restrain her laughter, but the giggles were audible. I'll come later. Fugaku looked at her daughter and said angrily. Alone. In an hour. Naruto was already tired of reading this scroll, which talked about the chakra. The yellow-haired man didn't understand half of it. Someone entered the office again without knocking. Naruto didn't like it. There was a woman with white eyes standing in front of him. Naruto even thought she was blind. Good afternoon, Hokage-sama. Naruto-kun. Hayashi pushed a little girl hiding behind her. Hinata named bowed. I am Hinata Hugo. The girl was looking at the floor and crumpling the edge of her dress. Naruto ran up to the girl and held out his hand. I'm Naruto Namikaze. Nice to meet you. Naruto held out his hand. Hinata looked at Naruto's hand and slowly stretched out her hand in response. Naruto shook it. I hope we will be friends. Hinata turned into a tomato. Nodding, she hid behind her mother. I brought the documents. Hayashi put the documents on the table and left the office. Naruto, did you like this girl? She watched her son blush. What? No, Hinata and I are just friends. Naruto was angry at his mother. 5 hours later there were 3 people in the office. Naruto, Minato, and Shikaka Nara. The last 2 were discussing something. Inoichi and Ino Yamanaki entered the office. Naruto looked at them, quickly grabbed a trash bucket. He was sick. Minato started stroking her son's back. Naruto, son, what's wrong with you? Naruto pointed to Yamanaka. They are too emotional. Naruto is throwing up again. Let's hurry up, why did you come? Minato moved away from her son. Shikaku replaced her friend in helping Naruto. I just stopped by to say hello. Inoichi was in a stupor. Minato quickly escorted her friend and daughter out of the office. Naruto, are you okay? The boy nodded. It's good. Okay, get ready, we're going to train. Didn't you finish reading the scroll? Not okay, I'll teach you how to control the chakra, and if you study well, I'll even teach you a couple of techniques and even my signature Rasengan. Minato showed Rasengan. Wow. Yes, I will study well. Naruto jumped and shouted. He really liked the technique. That's good. Minato wanted to make her son the strongest shinobi. That's great. Awaken and master the chakra in an hour. He's a genius. Shikaku was in shock. And in 3 hours to learn how to walk on a tree, you need to find out what element he is close to: water, earth, air and lightning. If you give him the Uchi chakra, then there will be fire. Minato spoke calmly. It's dangerous, he may wake up Sharingan. If he has to give it to the Uchiha. Fugaku was angry at Hayasha. Now Naruto could go to them, but no, bummer. Well, when Naruto turns 12, you need someone to rob him of his virginity. Minato was in a stupor. What? No. Minato was angry. Minato, we need to train him, and plus we need to set him up to protect Konoha. He will be the first man who will not only be equal to women, but probably above us. We have to satisfy him as soon as we can. Hayashi spoke as seriously as possible. I agree, and plus it releases an unknown smell that excites women, but now it is weak. Somewhere in 7 to 8 years, he will become much stronger. Inuzuka smiled. This is bad, it will affect him very much. And empathy is bothering him now. Minato realized that her son would learn to control his power. Here's what we'll do. Naruto will have a harem, no one should refuse him. Thus, he will be tied to Konoha, and it is worth making sure that he dreams of becoming a Hokage, thereby he will not leave the village. Also, it's worth creating a couple of attachments to the village. Danzo Shimura no longer tried to take the guy to her. It's better to make Naruto become the head of the village, that's what we'll decide, but Naruto will choose his own wives in the harem. Is everyone willing? Everyone nodded. Great, who will do it? We will decide when he grows up. 3 years later. Naruto, he's 8, I just remind him, and the clothes are the same, was sitting with his legs tucked up. He was tired of waiting. Minato was gone for too long and Naruto went to look for her, but it would have been better if he had stayed in the office. Minato was discussing Naruto with someone. Have you already created an attachment? If your son leaves Konoha, you will be responsible for it. Remember that. Naruto pressed himself harder against the wall. I understand you. The metallic voice of the mother scared Naruto. Naruto took his hands in his legs, figuratively, and ran wherever he looked. Naruto was sitting behind a trash can and crying. Suddenly Naruto stopped crying and started looking straight. Where am I? Naruto looked around, looking at himself. His eyes widened. I'm a kid. Class. Suddenly Naruto grabbed his head and screamed a. His head was splitting. 2 souls were fighting for supremacy in the body, but the soul of a little boy could not do anything to resist a 25-year-old evil soul. Naruto exhaled loudly. He digested everything that was happening in this world. So that's how. This world is Kunoichi and I'm the only shinobi, and this faggot Sasuke Baba. So she will be instead of Sakura. Naruto smiled when he remembered what he was doing with Sakura. Naruto. Where are you, son? Naruto heard his mother's voice. Here you are, dear. Minato came around the corner. She hugged her son. My God, how scared I was when I didn't find you in the office. Naruto smiled. Minato didn't see his face. Let's go home. Minato took her son's hand and they went home. She saw that her son somehow did not skillfully look at her son's legs. Her gaze fell on a long bulge. Her eyes widened and her face turned red. She quickly looked away. The Namikaze family was sitting at the dinner table. Mom, is it true that Naruto will go to the academy with us tomorrow? Menma, I don't remember saying or not, but Menma is a femme version of Naruto and Naruka is a copy of Kushina as a child. Wanted her beloved brother to go to the academy with her. This loser will only embarrass us, am I right, Mom? Naruka looked at her mother, who nodded weakly and uncertainly. Naruka. Yes, Menma, Naruto will go to the academy with you. Minato could not calm down, something below her stomach prevented her from sitting normally. Evening Minato and Kushina's room. Minato entered the room. Kushina was wearing an erotic nightgown that was transparent. Her red underwear was visible. She knelt at the edge of the bed and called her wife to bed. Hey Minato, how about something to unwind? Kushina smiled obscenely. Minato went up to her wife and kissed her on the lips. Sorry, I'm not in the mood. Dear Minato began to undress. How? We haven't had this for almost a year. Kushina was in a stupor. I haven't had this for a year. You had fun with Makoto last month. Kushina guiltily lowered her head. They were drunk and had fun, but also Minato, not without sin. Kushina knew what her beloved did to Rin. In short, Rin is alive. You ask why Obito is evil on her soul seal. Madara put genjutsu on her and made her think that Rin and Kakashi died and then she couldn't leave and Rin didn't die because Kakashi missed. Yes, stupidly but really. In short, Minato made obedient dogs out of Rin and Kakashi, which she often used in need, and they did not mind, once they were caught by Kushina and after that they had children. Minato wasn't ready yet, but the frying pan at the head said that she would become a good mother. Don't ask why the frying pan said, well, it was drunk. Sorry dear, sorry. Kushina hugged her wife from behind. I know. Minato turned and kissed Kushina on the forehead. I am just tired. Sorry. Minato lay down and waited for Kushina to do it. After waiting for her to fall asleep, Minato began running her hand into her panties. She began to rub her clitoris, remembering her son. She's been doing this a lot for the last year, and Naruto sat lazily while everyone was whispering around. He had to play the role of a cute boy, although if he had his way he would have trained. Only knowledge was transmitted to him in this world. In that world he had only the wind, and here he will have to learn a lot and there are no obedient chickens at his side. Naruto smiled again when he remembered how he broke this fox. At that moment everyone was looking at him. When Naruto smiled, many blushed. Naruto was a handsome guy. Hey, hello. You're Naruto, right? I'm Kiba Inuzuka and this is Shikamaru Nara. Let's be friends. Kiba stretched out her hand and Shika lazily waved her hand. Naruto shook Kiba's hand. Hello. Yes, why not? You are pretty cute girls. Kiba and Shika were surprised when they realized what he said. Kiba smiled confidently and Shika looked away. The girl sat down next to Naruto and started talking about something. Well, Kiba was talking and Shika immediately fell on the desk. Hey, Naruto-kun, is it true that you have a chakra? Kiba was interested in this guy. He exuded some kind of charm. Yes Kiba, and yes, can I ask a question? Nod, where is your ninkin? Dog. Kiba lowered her head and immediately became sad. Naruto realized that he had touched a sore subject. He's not here. I was told until I learn how to take care of them, I will not get my own. Naruto exhaled. Well, good luck to you. I believe in you. Naruto smiled at Kiba. In his world, this guy was his best friend even with the condition that Naruto took the girl he was in love with. Thank you. Kiba smiled back. Then a boring lesson went. Naya type, tell me who loves what I don't like, so fuck it. Naruto was good in theory. The problem with the fact that all the cool guys in his world turned into beautiful girls didn't bother him much, but in practice he didn't like 5 out of 10 kunai and 6/10 shuriken. And he had a weak chakra reserve, a maximum of genin. In his world during these years, his chakra size was equal to junin. Putting 2 ticks of what needs to be improved, he went back under the name calling of his sister and a couple of girls. Naruto lowered his head. No, he didn't droop, he's just a good actor. So for boring years past, Naruto trained with Minato and in secret from her. Every day Minato increased her son's chakra reserve, and meditation helped. True, he learned only a couple of techniques and Minato teaches him PBG, I hope you remember what it is, and learned how to manage empathy. Minato, it's time for him to be 12. Danzo spoke as usual directly and calmly, we need to choose who will do it. I suggest Niji Hayashi wanted at least some influence on the guy. I have an older girl in my clan, and she can handle it. Inoichi didn't like the first meeting with a guy. I will decide who will do it, and I want to remind you that I am his mother. Minato was furious, and with this you should be grateful to us. We could take him away. Hamura Mitokado is the first advisor to Kage. She was the first one who was in favor of leaving Naruto in the family, but she didn't like this idea anymore. Okay, calm down, let's decide who will do it, and yes, we can just send Anbu and that's it. Naruto walked and thought about his split personality. Sometimes his other self came out. He was moderately angry, but there were moments that Naruto didn't like, so he reached his destination. It was a one-story house, but it looked great. The last thing that got into Naruto's eye, tinted windows on the outside, and because of them it was not visible what was happening inside. Naruto came up and knocked on the door. Minato opened it to him. Naruto immediately smiled at her, but something was wrong with her mother. She smelled of fumes. Naruto immediately felt it. Hi mom, is there something wrong with you? Minato shook her head negatively and let her son into the house. Naruto was here for the first time and therefore began to inspect the house. A large kitchen, a passerby, a great guest room, 2 black single sofas and 1 long one of the same color. Naruto didn't like the design of the house very much. You can arrange a good party in it, but live in it. Whose house is it? Naruto thought that his mom wanted to get rid of him and bought him this house. My Minato answered coming out of the kitchen. She had whiskey and 2 glasses in her hand. Putting down the glasses and starting to pour whiskey, she heard her son's question, is someone else coming? A negative nod. Then why 2 glasses? The second one is for you. Don't think about denying it, I allow it. Minato handed the glass to her son, who was 2 heads below her. Naruto took the glass, drink everything to the bottom. Minato emptied the glass in a second. Naruto drank uncertainly. As soon as his lips moved away from the glass, they were immediately covered by Minato's lips. Naruto was surprised, but immediately pushed his mother away from him. Mom, what are you doing? Naruto liked it, but it was his mom, and then it dawned on him, it's all so that I don't betray Konoha, right? Naruto's voice was sad. So you know Minato approved. Don't think about it as bad, I could have sent anyone, but I want to make a man out of my boy myself. Minato smiled vulgarly. She covered her son's lips with her own again and decided to take the experience. Minato grabbed her son's buttocks and started kneading them, but Naruto didn't, confused and repeated after her. Minato moaned from this and Naruto took advantage of it, put his tongue in his mother's mouth, and for 5 minutes they fought for supremacy, in which Minato won. After finishing the games, our mother squatted down and pulled down her trousers and underpants to her son. 15 centimeters immediately hit her in the face. Mom, I'm sorry, I have a problem. Minato looked at her son with concern. I have a split personality, I'm trying to fight it, but he's stronger. So he was with me all the time? No, only after the 2nd round. Did you like it better with him? Naruto turned his head in the opposite direction. No, darling, you were better. You worked for me and wanted to satisfy yourself, but I won't lie about what I didn't like with him. Minato blushed. There is one Yamanaka that will help us. The day after tomorrow we'll go to her, but in the meantime I have to rest, otherwise you 2 didn't spare me. Naruto blushed here. Minato fell on her son's hand. I love you dear. Me too. Naruto gently kissed Minato and she replied, let's go to sleep. Mom, can I have another whiskey? I liked a blow for what? You gave me permission. At least once I see that you drink, I will kill. She uttered the last words using Ki. I understand you. Naruto managed to die twice. Yes, he was afraid of Kushina for the fact that she could beat him, but it's better to beat Kushina than the evil Minato. Naruto woke up in a place unknown to him. It was a huge and beautiful room. On the walls there were flags with the coat of arms of Uzumaki. Cough. Naruto turned his head in fright in the direction from where the noise came from. An exact copy of Naruto sat on the throne. But there were a couple of differences: 3 pairs of mustaches and the fact that this guy was twice as old. He was dressed in the mantle of Hokage. Hello, where am I? Namecads took all the will in his fist and stood confidently. Laughter. What's funny, you? I know you better than others, so don't play the hero. The voice of this man was steely and cheerful. You want to get rid of me? Naruto understood who it was. You are my second self. No, I am Naruto Uzumaki from another world, a world where almost everyone has a chakra. I have a condition for my departure. Namecads was surprised he would just leave. Like that? No, not just like that. Yes, I can read your thoughts. Let's get down to business. I'll leave, but you'll have to fulfill a number of conditions. Well, I'll probably say the pros first. First of all my knowledge of shinobi and lover. Namecads saw a couple of moments from Uzumaki's life. At first he was surprised and then blushed a little. It's just a grain of everything. Secondly, without my help, you will not be able to control the chakra of the tailed ones. It will simply tear you apart. And with me, at least steal it from all the tailed ones and you will have nothing. Now the conditions are: firstly, you must become a Hokage, secondly, you must unite the whole world, thirdly, you have to make Hinata the happiest in the world, and finally make Sasuke an obedient dog out of Uchiha. Uzumaki walked from side to side while Namecads wrote everything down in a notebook. Do you understand me? The elder's voice sounded menacing and Naruto nodded under fear. And you can ask a question? A nod. And why do you want to leave yourself and such last requirements for Hinata and Sasuke? A heavy exhalation is so heavy that Uzumaki probably threw off a couple of kilograms. In my world, Hinata was my wife and we had 2 children. I loved her with all my heart, but there was also Sakura. She was just in love, but she didn't understand it. Every day when we were alone, she played with my feelings and asked Sasuke to return this creature. He didn't even pay attention to her. When I returned him to Konoha, he brought my cousin Karen with him. Sakura was furious. She even asked me to get rid of her. Uzumaki sat on his throne and began massaging his temples. I told her that I wouldn't do it, but she decided to play to the full exhale. She said she would tell Hinata that I cheated on her with half of Konoha. Uzumaki smiled sadly. I decided to get rid from her. I called her into the forest and wanted to kill her, but it started spinning there. She was sitting half naked with the seal of chakra suppression on her stomach, so I couldn't resist. Uzumaki looked at Namecads. I raped her and killed her. And do you know how Uchiha reacted to this? But not how. He was only glad. Then Hinata and Kakashi found out about it. My wife and children left me and they decided to call me Hokage. Uzumaki got up. My whole life went under because of this. Uchiha Uzumaki created a ball in his hand and destroyed his throne. A month later I committed harakiri. Uzumaki stood on the remains of his throne. And with your back to the boy, but you will be better, pointing a finger at the guy and smiling. Naruto began. Just agree. I will go to the next world to my parents and you will get strength and knowledge. I even have the seals of slavery. All the sadness is gone. And Naruto was rocking. Extremely interesting, and plus I can explain how everything works with men here. Yes, come on now. Naruto did not understand the meaning of men in the hierarchy. In short, half of the men in this world are simple slaves who use them in different ways and the other half are free. Do you remember that guy who allegedly tried to rape a girl in a Konoha police patrol? Nod. This is the female system is more complicated. In the relationship there is one asset, the head of the family, and an employee and a passive tapik wife. Naruto quickly wrote everything down. Minato always left this topic, but help came from where they did not expect from himself. So you agree? Uzumaki held out his hand to Namecads, shook it, both smiled. Then the elder began to glow and take off, and Naruto had a very bad headache that he had already passed out. Naruto woke up in a huge bed and began to look around. Then the door opened and Minato appeared on the threshold with a tray. You finally woke up. You were snoring so sweetly that I didn't wake you up. Minato's smile disappeared. Are you my son? The seriousness of Minato's words killed all the urge to return to sleep. Mom, I'm not the second one anymore. We agreed with him and he left. Minato exhaled and put the tray on her son's lap. In an hour Naruto and Minato left the house and went to their home. Mom, and with whom I will be in the team in 2 days. There will be a distribution by teams, and Naruto was not impatient to find out with whom he will be in the team. This is the secret of Naruto, and yes, when Jiraiya-sensei returns, you will have to go with her to study. Minato looked sternly at her son during the adventure. What kind of lemon did you understand me? Minato whispered in Naruto's ear. But it would be better if she shouted these words. This voice Naruto wanted to get into the stomach to Shinigami. Mom, you can be softer. Naruto is already tired of the fact that his mom is malleable in pastels. And outside is a real monster. I am your mom and I have to raise a good guy out of you, so be patient. Naruto immediately got sad. Hell has just begun, and who did it? Danzo wanted to know who completed the mission, but frankly she didn't care. My man, Minato dared herself in the hands of years of training were not in vain, although she was not prepared for this well. Now it's worth discussing the composition of the teams and especially the Naruto team. My man says that he is friends with Inuzuka Kiba, Shikamaru Nara and Hinata Hyuga and also leads a race for the title of the best with Uchiha Sasuke. There really smells of enmity. Fugaku was angry at her daughter. A simple order to make friends turned into enmity. She will definitely be punished. Kakashi will definitely be the commander. She will be able to teach Naruto a lot. Both have all the elements. Minato chose her for another reason, to keep her son in check. Although Kakashi will not last long with him, the noisiest guy in Konoha and a person who is similar to the Nara clan in terms of laziness, they will definitely kill each other. Then let's decide with whom he will be in the team. This decision should be one. Team change should not be allowed and we should approach the choice of his teammates wisely. If they die on the first mission it will be bad, and with Kakashi it is worth having a conversation on the topic of training. Naruto went into the office. Everyone was talking about something. Sitting down in his place, Menma and Kiba immediately jumped up to him. Naruto, did you know that a new girl would be transferred to us today? A negative nod. She is the daughter of Granny Tsunade and they say she is very strong. Menma just sparkled with joy, because she has another strong opponent. They say she wants to become a Hokage. I have another opponent. I also want to become a Hokage. Naruto's words made everyone shut up. Someone laughed. It was Sasuke. She approached Naruto. Are you a Hokage? Don't make me laugh. You could barely become a shinobi. If your mom wasn't a Hokage, you wouldn't be here. Sasuke openly gloated. But she was stopped by Menma. Kiba, who killed Sasuke with a look. Shut up. Uchiha. Menma and Sasuke were ready to fight as usual, but Iruka ruined everything. Everyone was quiet and sat down at my announcement before the distribution. Iruka looked at her class. It was her best class. We have a new girl. Hey, come in. A girl came into the class. She was a blonde with one pigtail. She was dressed the same in a light kimono, an exact copy of Tsunade as a child. Hi, I am Hashirama Senju. Nice to meet, Hashirama. Some girl asked a logical question. How is the first Hokage? I am the daughter of Tsunade Senju, the granddaughter of the first Hokage. Hashirama spoke distantly. She did not like this topic. I do not like to talk about it. Okay, sit down. After Iruka's speech and now the composition of the teams, everything was according to the canon except for two teams. In Team 8 Hanabi instead of Hinata. She is a year younger than her sister. Team 6. Menma Namikaze, Naruka Uzumaki and Hashirama Senju. Team 7. Hinata Hyuga, Sasuke Uchiha and Namikaze Naruto. There was a conflict at the border, so your commanders will pick you up only tomorrow at 10, but in the meantime you can get to know each other better. Many started talking. Naruto approached Hinata. Hey Hinata-chan, we same with you already friends. Embarrassed nod. I have to go to work so I'm sorry. I have to go until tomorrow. Naruto waved Hinata and ran to the residence. Naruto stood at the door of the Hokage after knocking and hearing an irritated, "Come in." Naruto hesitantly entered the office. Minato angrily raked the documents. She looked at Naruto. In her eyes anger and fatigue were red. "And this is you, Naruto?" Minato smiled. "What irony. I started raking papers related to you and you came." Naruto closed the door behind him and he went to the table and took one document. Naruto's eyes widened. "Engagement? Hey, don't even think." Naruto looked at his mother with hope. Minato looked at Naruto. Guilt was red in her eyes. "Sorry Naruto, I had to." "You are already engaged to Sasuke and Hinata." "Sorry dear, I had to." Naruto looked at his mother with disbelief, but later calmed down and said more confidently, "Okay, I understand you. Politics is a complicated thing." Minato looked at her son with surprise. She did not have time to notice how her son grew up so quickly. "Okay. But in return you will say who will be my commander." Naruto smiled. "My student Hatake Kakashi. I personally taught her." Minato smiled strangely. Naruto was already scared. Minato saw it. "Don't be afraid, dear, she will teach you a lot." "Hatake Kakashi? What will she teach me?" "I've heard about her. she's lazy and sent 2 teams to the next world and 1 back to the academy. Naruto has heard a lot about Konoha's strongest Chunin's. Kakashi was second after Itachi Uchiha. I don't need to be here, I talked to her, she will teach you. The main blow will be turned on you and Hinata with Sasuke rather to so that you get to know them better, and your team is balanced, and yes. I almost forgot. Minato smiled obscenely. She's mine. Naruto was surprised. What do you mean? Hokage? Naruto didn't understand how this was possible. I am her mistress. To put it simply, she is my slave and I do everything I want with her. Minato smiled confidently. Naruto said what his goal was and Minato decided to help her son, and Naruto was able to convince, can I use it? Minato kissed her son on the lips and smiled gently, everything is mine and yours. Naruto understood what Minato was driving at. After the tedious bureaucracy, Naruto and Minato went home. Naruto was eating yogurt while Minato was reading the newspaper. Mom. And why is Naruto not on the same team with us? Menma was angry at her mother. For a week she begged Minato to have Naruto on the same team with her, so it's necessary. Minato was not distracted by her daughter and continued to read the newspaper. For this week, Menma managed to get bored with Minato. It's good that he won't be with us in the team, but he will only be a burden. Even that fool Sakura will be more useful than him. Menma wanted to hit her sister, but Kushina's look said that the screwdriver would fly from her. Team 6 came out of the office. Kushina took them away. Sasuke got up and approached Naruto. He looked at her. Sasuke grabbed Naruto by the collar of his jacket and lifted him up. In her eyes anger and hatred were red. Listen to me, Naruto, don't think that I will love you just because I became your wife. If you come to me I'm going to castrate you, okay? Naruto nodded, and Sasuke looked at Hinata. You have another one. You can lemon her at least all day, but don't touch me. Suddenly the door opened and a tall girl with white hair appeared on the threshold. Hey guys, let's go to the roof. Kakashi disappeared into the smoke. Clone, thought Naruto. Team 7 went to the roof. Kakashi leaned on the railing and read a book. When the team showed up, she put the book away. Guys, we had to conduct a test, but it's better to forget about it and start training. 2 months later, Team 7 stood in the Hokage's office and waited for Minato to give a C-rank mission. Okay guys, the mission in the land of waves. Tazuna-sama, come in. An elderly woman entered the office with a bottle of sake in her hand. I will be guarded by children and a guide to Hokage-sama. Do you have problems with the staff? You will be guarded by one of the best kunoichi and the best genins. Minato tried not to defame Konoha. Okay, I'm waiting for you at 12 at the Konoha gate. A boring hike and an easy victory for 2 demons. Let's be more interesting. Where is Zabuza? Down. Kakashi dragged the customer down, and Naruto saved Hinata and Sasuke. A huge sword flew over the heads of the team. It crashed into a tree and a tall woman landed on it. The lower part of her face was bandaged. Is it really Hatake Kakashi herself, or copying kunoichi? How sweetly the demoness of the blood mist knows me. Shall we dance? Kakashi looked at her team. Don't even think about interfering. The fight was extremely epic, but Zabuza turned out to be stronger and Kakashi was trapped out of the water. Hinata, Sasuke, we have to help the teacher. Are you with me? Hinata nodded. Don't even think that we will become friends after this. Sasuke didn't want to help Naruto, but we will have to. Then we started. Naruto quickly found himself near Zabuza. A strong kick threw Naruto away. She created a clone to keep Kakashi in a water prison. Naruto, damn you. We can't beat him alone. We have to work as a team. I know, I'm sorry. Let's plan 3. At first glance, Team 7 was not cohesive, but when it came to the fight, they worked the best. Sasuke launched a ball of fire. Momochi responded with a dragon out of the water. Naruto supported Sasuke with a stream of wind. The combined attack destroyed the dragon. Zabuza burned a little, but managed to jump away. Hinata was waiting for her and using Byakugan closed some Tonkshu. Zabuza swung and almost cut Hyuga on the sticks, but she disappeared. Naruto appeared instead and repelled the attack in Momochi's back. The ball flew out of the fire. Momochi tried to get up, but a couple of senbons crashed into her neck. Naruto quickly flew up to Kakashi, who began to fall into the water, like Zabuza in the cut, and the clone disappeared, and Kakashi had long since lost consciousness and began to sink in the river. A girl in an ANBU mask was standing over Zabuza's body. "Thank you for helping me. I've been looking for her for a long time." NBU bowed, taking the body on her shoulder. "She disappeared. Is Tazuna-san far from your house?" "We're almost there." Naruto threw Kakashi on his back and they ran to the house. Team 7 was standing in the house of Tazuna. Kakashi was lying in one room. Tazuna's daughter came up to them. "Guys, I'm sorry, but we only have 2 free rooms. You'll have to sleep in twos and one girl has to sleep with Kakashi. She needs help." She looked at Naruto in a feminine way. "Okay, and thanks for that. We will decide for ourselves who will sleep where." Naruto was walking through the forest. He decided to strengthen his defense mentally and sent a chakra to the brain. Naruto stopped. A single tear came out of his eye and he fell to his knees. Pow! Naruto is 9 years old. Naruto was walking along the corridor of the residence. He heard his mother's voice from the slightly open door. He came up and began to eavesdrop. "You have to create a connection between yourself and Naruto." Naruto was not surprised. Minato has long said everything she says in the residence is a forced measure. "I have an idea. I can easily make my pawn out of him. I'll even reveal a couple of secrets to him." Naruto was surprised Minato's words were sincere. She wasn't lying. Naruto wanted to run away. "We can easily manipulate him." Naruto started to back away. He stumbled and fell. "Who's here?" Minato ran out and saw her son came out after her. "Danzo, I'm sorry Naruto." Minato snapped her fingers for Naruto. ANBU appeared in a rabbit mask. "Rabbit, take Naruto-kun to the torture room. Soon Kushina will come and put a couple more bookmarks on him." Minato spoke with contempt. Naruto, not believing what was happening, cried, "Mom, please, I don't want to." Naruto tried to grab Minato, but the rabbit pulled Naruto away. Minato looked at her son with indifference. Naruto was sitting on a chair. Tied up in front of him stood Minato and with her arms crossed on her chest looked at her son. Suddenly 2 red-haired girls and her mother entered the room. It was Kushina and Naruka. Did his bookmarks come off again? Or he guessed something? Kushina kissed Minato. "Yes, we need to strengthen his bookmarks and Naruka should learn how to put seals." Minato smiled back to Naruto. Naruto got up and wiped a tear. He went back to Tazuna's house. Going into his room, he saw Sasuke, who was trying to pretend to be asleep, but Naruto noticed it and lay down next to her, after which he began to play with her hair. "I know you're not sleeping." Sasuke turned uncertainly to Naruto, who hugged her. "Who am I to you?" Ex-host Sasuke snuggled up to Naruto and he kissed her on the forehead. Sasuke considered this a signal and already started to undress, but Naruto stopped her. "I feel bad, let's just lie down together." In response, a nod, and "Yes, be ready to leave Konoha at any moment, but I haven't decided yet whether I will do it or not. I need to think about everything, but I completely forgot." Naruto touched Sasuke's seal and it disappeared. "You can even kill me after what I did to you," but in answer Sasuke kissed Naruto. "I liked Naru and you won't get rid of me anymore. I will always be there for you no matter what." Sasuke threw her head on Naruto's chest. Naruto took off almost all the bookmarks, only the most difficult ones remained so that he would not kill and respond to the beating from the Konokovites, and to the Hokage's devotion, and the bookmark for the dream of becoming a Hokage greatly hindered thinking. Sasuke began to snore. Naruto looked at her. She settled on Naruto's chest. "You still have so much to teach." Naruto smiled. After all, he had these 2 harems in his life. Naruto got up, waking Sasuke up with this. "Something happened to Naru." Sasuke combed her eyes with her fist and yawned. Naruto was standing with a book in his hand and writing something down. "Where did the book and pen come from?" "Got it out of print, dear." "What are you writing?" "Names." Naruto was not verbose. He looked at Sasuke and handed her a pen and a book, and Naruto himself began to walk around the room while Sasuke quickly read what was written there. There were already a couple of names, namely, Minato Namikaze, Kushina Uzumaki, Naruka Uzumaki, Shikaka Nara. "Naruto, are these the names of those whom you want to take revenge on? Right?" Naruto looked at Sasuke with calm eyes and replied, "Yes, I have to take revenge on them for my destroyed life." Naruto approached Sasuke's ear. His warm breath turned her on. "I'll do your training later." Sasuke forgot how to breathe for a couple of seconds. "Minato is not bad. Minato, say kind. Down with the evil author." Suddenly 2 policemen appeared from behind. "I wish you good health, Junior Lieutenant Grudnin. What are you doing here?" He looked gloomy to the police officer. A single picket for Minato. The guy didn't understand what he did. It seems to be allowed in our country. Let's go to the station. I feel good here. The poster fell to the ground. The author received a strong blow to the jaw. So let's write down the resistance during detention. I hope no one followed me because of such jokes. And yes guys, wait a bit, I'll tell you about the relationship between Minato and Naruto. Just wait. And yes, there were seals on him to replace emotions, that is, Naruto's empathy was changed to the attitude of Minato and a couple of high faces of Konoha. Naruto had been trying to get up for an hour but one person wouldn't let him do it. It's time for Sasuke to get up. Naruto stroked the top of his head. She purred something but didn't get up. Uchiha, if you don't get up now, I'll rape you again. Sasuke raised her gaze to Naruto. You've done so much to me that I can sleep on you as much as I want. Sasuke approached Naruto's face and kissed him. But you're right. It's time for us to get up. As I understand it, we are now together. Sasuke looked at Naruto as a moron. I understood, but there is one thing. I plan to unite the world and I will need to convince many women to this, and there will definitely be a harem. Sasuke lowered her head. Naruto immediately grabbed her chin and raised her face. He looked her straight in the eyes. But don't be afraid, I will love you all the same. Sasuke activated a one-wash Sharingan. If you deceive me, Uzumaki, I will. Naruto didn't let Sasuke finish and kissed her. I didn't even think to deceive you. I love you, and even if I have at least 100 girls or wives, I will still love you exactly. Sasuke blushed and snuggled up to Naruto. Baka. Sasuke playfully began to beat Naruto, who hugged her. Let go of Baka. Naruto let go of Sasuke and left the room. A minute later Sasuke followed him. There were 4 people standing near the tree, Team 7 and their commander. So the guys may soon be attacked by Zabuza or someone worse, and even that Kunoichi with an improved genome will be dangerous. Kakashi understood that the team was in danger and help could not be called, so we need to come up with a plan. That's what we'll do. Fog descended on the bridge. Kakashi gave the signal and all the builders ran away from the bridge. Only Team 7 remained. Naruto, you left clones at Tazuna's house. Kakashi knew that Naruto had called 40 clones, 20 of which are now guarding Tazuna's family. We are perfectly acting according to plan, Kakashi-sensei, and you can take the decapitated. Naruto looked at Kakashi with huge eyes. Well, please. Kakashi turned away from Naruto. I'll think about it. Kakashi didn't like when Naruto did that. At these moments, she couldn't refuse him, but perseverance and training helped. If you do everything according to plan and don't build me such eyes, then maybe I'll repeat, maybe I'll give you the sword. Naruto jumped. Hooray! The sword will be mine. Zabuza and Haku appeared in front of the team. Naruto waved to Haku. Hey guy, did you want my sword? Naruto nodded. Then you have to kill me. Zabuza pointed her sword at Naruto. Naruto, don't even think, we're acting according to plan. Kakashi realized what Momochi wants to do. She wants to force Naruto to attack her. Naruto looked at Kakashi then at Zabuza. Hey Kakashi-sensei, I didn't know that you had such an opinion about me. Sasuke hit her forehead with her palm. Facepalm. Zabuza rushed towards Naruto, but Kakashi deflected the blow. I am your opponent and not a guy or a demoness of the blood. Mist can only kill genins. Kakashi smiled with her eye. Kakashi kicked Zabuza. They started the fight. Kakashi specifically took the fight away as far as possible from the children. She came up with a plan, and if they follow it, the mission will be completed. Naruto and Sasuke began to fold the seals, and meanwhile Hinata was covering them from the Haku Senbons, and when they finished she jumped away. Futon. Wind Dragon's Breath. Kato. The breath of the fire dragon. 2 strong streams of fire and wind combined into one. Haku closed the dome because of the ice. After a couple of seconds Haku was in the fog. Naruto was in front of Haku and grabbed her by the shoulder and released her chakra. Haku Heat. Naruto surrounded a small piece of Haku's chakra with his chakra and took it for himself. After that he jumped back to Sasuke. You got the chakra? Naruto nodded. He made a rose from the ice chakra and gave it to Sasuke. This is for you. Sasuke took the rose and hid it. And where is the thank you or at least a kiss? Naruto poked on his cheek. We're on a mission, a jerk. We'll defeat them first, then we'll see. Naruto was clearly not happy. Haku, seeing that Naruto used her ice chakra, was swept away by seeing that her mentor was trapped and Hatake was standing in front of her with Chidori in her hand and wanted to strike, but she was prevented by Haku, who ducked in front of her and took the blow on herself. Zabuza-sama. I'm sorry that I was a bad weapon, I couldn't help you. Zabuza swung to kill Haku and Kakashi. They managed to get away from the blow. Naruto quickly here. Naruto ran up to Kakashi. She is no longer a tenant. Suck out all the chakra that you can. Naruto put his left hand on Haku's stomach and his left hand on his head and began stroking her. Sorry Haku. Naruto started to suck out the chakra quickly. Your chakra will help me. Naruto smiled sadly. You're damn strong. Haku smiled. Her body went limp. Hey Haku. Naruto touched Haku's neck and realized that she was dead. He covered her eyes. Ahahaha. There was a nasty laugh. Naruto looked to the side. There was a dwarf standing there. It was the same Gato. My plan to kill you all. Gato stood in front of his army and laughed. Kill them all. Zabuza realized that Gato had deceived her. Hey guy, you wanted my sword? A nod. How about an exchange? Give me one kunai and your sword. Naruto threw kunai to Zabuza and she flew into the ranks of the Gato army. The massacre began. Grave Team 7 was standing on a hillock. In front of them there were two graves. Naruto put two bouquets of flowers because of the ice on the graves. Naruto, it's time for us. Kakashi touched Naruto's shoulder. We're already late. I understand Kakashi-sensei. Naruto looked at the palm of his left hand. There was a seal in which the decapitated water was sealed. Kakashi-sensei, and where did you get the Sharingan? Naruto saw him during the first fight with Zabuza. This is a gift to my friend. We were at war and she was pinned down by a stone. There were a lot of enemies and she told Rin to transplant her eye to me. In the same battle I lost an eye and got this scar. Kakashi touched the bandage. I hope you won't go through this. Kakashi exhaled loudly. You're with us now. The hero is right. Izuna decided to name the bridge after Naruto. Okay, let's hurry up. Sasuke and Hinata are probably already tired of waiting. Team 7 was standing in the Hokage's office. Minato was reading the report with every word. Her expression changed from laughter to rage. Finally, after reading the report, she looked up at the team. And how do you understand this? You could have died. Minato is not a year old. She gave them this mission because she considered it the easiest. Minato looked at Kakashi. And what were you thinking about? Kakashi pointed her finger at the team. They voted that we would stay and help. Kakashi tweaked the report. But a couple of things could not be ignored and it was too late to call for help. Kakashi wanted to run away. The situation was getting out of control. The whole Konoha knew that Minato would kill anyone for her son, and then she could say sent him on a suicide mission. Minato-sensei, everything was according to plan. I would have come to their aid at the last moment. Minato was already killing her student with a glance. Okay. It was a mission of a rank. Minato wrote something on a piece of paper. Everyone is free to pick up your reward in accounting. Everyone came out except Naruto. Something, son? Yes, I would like to move out from you. Minato was surprised why Naruto did not know, but the fact remains. Naruto scratched his head guiltily. I dug up and decided to move. Just all these missions are running around. I decided that it would be better for everyone if I moved into a separate apartment. Naruto smiled. He needs a base if he wants to take over the world and start with Konoha, and Minato doesn't know yet that Naruto has become himself. Are you sure? Independent life is not as easy as it seems. Minato did not want to let her son go. I know, I can cook, I can wash, too, but I don't say anything about cleaning. As a child, Kushina forced Naruto to do almost everything around the house, so I learned. Okay. Minato took out a folder. I have a cheap and good house here. Tomorrow you can move in. Naruto took the folder. Opening it, he began to read. House 7 of floors, 2, plus basement. The house has kitchen, hallway, 2 guest rooms, guest room, bathroom, toilet, room of the owner of the house. There is a green area on the territory of the house. Price, 2 million. Naruto liked everything, even the price he liked. Now he had 20k millions. Yes, this is what I need. Naruto was glad to make a torture chamber out of the basement, and the location of the house was almost on the outskirts of the village where someone does not go. It was the best place for the base. Okay. I'll go pack my things. Naruto left the office and went home. Naruto walked down the street and thought about his next plan of action. Naruto, it is worth first collecting recruits and finding allies. It is necessary to talk to Fugaku and Hayashi. You can also find the commander of the ANBU and lure her to my side. And what to do with Jiraiya? She is a pervert. It can help. You still need to understand who is on Minato's side. To get rid of her allies will be useful. It's even worth contacting the daimyo for sure. I have to help. And what to do with Danzo? I can't do anything with her, although if I lure a couple of fighters to my side, I can learn a lot. Naruto didn't notice how he reached his house. Oh, I'm already at home, okay, it's worth discussing it with Sasuke. When he came home, he was surprised. Naruto and Menma were sleeping with their heads on Kushina's lap, who was sitting on the couch and stroking their heads. Naruto decided to quietly go to his room, but Menma raised her head and looked at Naruto. Brother Zivak, and when did you come back? Just what? And what about you? Naruto was worried about his sisters. Kushina would hardly let them turn gray until late. We can't sleep. Menma landed on a chair in the kitchen. Would you like some tea? She wanted to get up, but Naruto's hand prevented her. I myself. Naruto poured tea into 2 mugs and put it in front of Menma. After receiving gratitude, he sat down next to her. And why can't you fall asleep? Mom says it's a fox. Menma sipped tea. He wants to contact us and capture our mind. Mom said it's for a week, then we can sleep normally. Naruto listened attentively. The fox wants to talk, so why not go and talk? Menma passed out. Naruto smiled at how merrily his sister was snuffling, taking her in his arms. He carried her into the room. Here Naruto decides to talk to the fox or not. Exhaling loudly, he put his hand on his sister's forehead and launched the chakra, so he caught a strange chakra. It was scary and evil. Naruto realized that it was the fox's chakra and pulled it into his body. His head hurt very much. He barely reached his room and fell on the bed face into the pillow. Naruto got up. He did not know where he was. The place resembled an abandoned cave. From the room, he felt a weak center of chakra and went there. Naruto was walking and looking around, but here someone jumped on him and fell to the ground. Looking down, he saw who did it. A small 9-tailed fox was gnawing his clothes. Grabbing him by the skin, he stood up and raised him to eye level. Hey, who are you? The fox was cute and Naruto wanted to pet him, but the place of their meeting said that something was wrong here. I am a great and terrible Kyuubi, but Yuko is a 9-tailed fox. She tried to get out, but Naruto dared her with a death grip. Let me go, you miserable mortal, fox. Naruto said to himself. Yes, I am a fox. And what? Okay, Kyuubi, I have a question. What did you want from my sisters? The fox shrank from Naruto's voice. He spoke with a steely voice, and the ki that he released did not give him the opportunity to lie. And yes, what about you, Kurama? I just wanted to talk honestly. There's nothing wrong I didn't want to do. Kurama knew that in this form she could not do anything and therefore decided to come to the negotiating table. The rest of her parts were screaming from this picture. All parts of Kurama are connected and can communicate. Okay, don't yell at you. Naruto raised his gaze. It's my subconscious. An energetic nod. Then it's worth changing it. Naruto snapped his finger with his fingers and K.ization turned into a forest. All the water merged into the sea. The whole world was divided into 2 parts. The first was day and the other was always night. Kurama was surprised. Naruto, let go her. If I walk, then I'll come to you to talk. And yes, tell your other parts to get behind my sister, can you? Nod. Great, I'm off. Naruto has already completely moved into a new house. Menma did not let her brother go, but after saying that she could come with a bed for the night, she agreed. Yes, where is she? Naruto looked at his watch. He was very tired. All the fatigue of the clones passed to him, and Sasuke, whom he called, still did not come. Suddenly there was a knock on the door. Naruto already knew who it was. You took a long time. Naruto looked at Sasuke, who came to his house in a masterly way. Yes, you're fine. Naruto wanted to say something, but Sasuke shut him up with a kiss. And where is my room? Sasuke mocked Naruto. It turned out that she always loved him but masterfully hid her feelings. Then you decide for yourself, and now we should discuss something. Naruto went for tea. Sasuke saddled up against Naruto and listened to him. The Uchi clan has been planning an uprising for a long time. I heard it myself. Mom talked to the elder on this topic. Fugaku is against it, so you need to convince her or say what you told me. Yeah, the fact that Minato-san works with Danzo, I'm surprised all of Konoha knows that she is. Sasuke knew the situation of forces no better than Naruto. We need a person who knows the stopping of forces. I think so too, but who? Naruto has thought about something. There are a couple of candidates. We need not just a person who knows the situation, but also someone who can give us strength. Naruto smiled. And who is it? Sasuke wondered. Who is it? There are a lot of candidates and we need to choose one. After the return of Jirai, I will go on a trip and on my return I have to be the strongest. And you can't do it here alone. Naruto thought over a plan for years to come. And who is the candidate? Sasuke didn't like Naruto ignoring her, so I have to recruit her and you go home and persuade your mom. If she refuses, I'll talk to her already. Naruto started tapping his finger on the table quickly. It's worth finding Jinchuriki and taking their power, and a couple of improved genomes won't hurt. It's also worth creating connections and spy networks. Yes, Naruto nodded to himself. Sasuke was already losing her temper. It's worth starting with small villages. The village of hot ones can bring big profit. Sasuke got up. It will be difficult with distant countries, but they will be the last thing. We will have enough resources. At that moment a blow to Naruto's head brought him out of his thoughts. Say I for what? Naruto looked at Sasuke, scratching a bump. Stop ignoring me. Sasuke puffed out her cheeks and turned away. Naruto grabbed her by the waist and put her on his lap. Not really my. Sasuke was offended. A nod. Then I have to fix it. Naruto started kissing Sasuke's neck. She started moaning. So who is the candidate? Sasuke wanted to find out who it is before they start. Naruto pulled himself up. After fun games with Sasuke, Naruto decided that it was time to start acting. After taking a shower, he decided what to do first. He had to go to Hayashi and then solve the problem with Kakashi. So first to the Hyugas. Naruto smiled. He did not see the Hinata family, and now the moment stuck. We need to buy flowers and something for tea. Naruto I didn't know what and how. In the Glane hug, the only thing he knew that they had a side branch is in some way slaves. Okay, it's time to go. Naruto came out of his huge bedroom and went to the kitchen. After eating scrambled eggs, he went to the store before sending a clone to Hinata to warn that he would come. In the house, Hyuga turned into an anthill. Today the groom of the heiress of the clan should come, and therefore the whole clan was running and preparing. Hayashi was sitting quietly. Her daughters Hinata and Hanabi were nearby. Hinata was in a panic. Today the object of her sighing should come and she did not know where to put herself. Hanabi tried to calm her sister but nothing helped. Niji Hyuga is the niece of the head of the clan. She is destined for the title of the strongest in the clan, but birth in a side branch was a verdict in their clan. Niji, meet our guest at the entrance to the clan. Niji bowed and went to entering the territory of the clan. Niji walked slowly. Naruto should come only in half an hour and they arranged this. And who is this Naruto? If the clan made such a commotion, then she is strong. Niji came to the exit. After greeting the guards, she leaned against the gate wall. Looking at the sky, she thought about her fate. Turning her head to the path, I saw a guy who was walking to the entrance. Hey, you're standing. The guy stopped. Introduce yourself. I Naruto Namikaze came to the head of the Hyuga clan. The guy smiled. You can go through. I don't want to keep them waiting. I'll take you to Naruto-san. Niji bowed. There is no need for such formalities. And yes, who are you? The girl somehow reminded him of Hinata. I am Niji Hyuga, niece of Hayashi Hyuga, the head of the clan. Niji spoke indifferently, but in her heart she was surprised. She turned out to be him. Yes, Niji heard about a guy who can use but did not expect that he would turn out to be her cousin's fiancé. Oh, we need to know more about Hinata's family, and who else is in her family? Niji was frankly sneezing at this guy, but you have to be hospitable. Hinata's family has her mother Hayashi Hyuga, the head of the clan, and sister Hanabi Hyuga, and you? Naruto was interested in this girl, but she clearly didn't want to share her life. We came. Naruto-san. Niji opened the door and let Naruto into the house. Hinata stood at the threshold with her head down. Hi Hinata-chan. Naruto smiled. Hinata raised her head. Their eyes met and Hinata lowered her head. Naruto grabbed her chin and raised his head, opening a bouquet of flowers. He gave them to Hinata. This is for you. Hinata blushed and whispered thank you. She took Naruto on bail and went. Sorry Niji-san, I'll give you a bouquet next time. Naruto disappeared into the aisle. Niji didn't understand what he said. Give flowers to her? Why? Naruto was sitting under his arm. Hinata was sitting in front of her. Naruto even looked at Hayashi Hyuga was famous for her composure and the fact that she did not disdain to sacrifice her fellow clansmen. She even killed her own sister for the sake of preserving the ideals of the clan. Good afternoon Hayashi-sama. Naruto printed a bouquet of flowers. This is for you. Hayashi snapped her fingers and into the room the girl who took the bouquet and disappeared entered. Naruto was surprised by this, but he expected this. Looking at the little girl, he smiled at her. You must be Hanabi, Hinata's younger sister. Yes, I'm Hanabi, nice to meet you. The girl smiled broadly. Naruto-kun, I have a question for you. Naruto nodded. He expected everything but fear enveloped him. Why did you come? Naruto was surprised. You couldn't just come to get acquainted. Alone without a family is suspicious. At least Naruto lowered his head. I came first of all to get acquainted, and the second to talk alone. Naruto looked at Hinata and smiled at her. So be it. Hayashi got up. Let's go to my office there. Someone will not be able to listen and will not dare. Naruto got up and followed Hayashi. Hayashi sat down on her chair and invited Naruto to sit against. What did you want to discuss? Naruto-kun. Hayashi did not understand what the Hokage's son wanted, but nothing came to her mind. I would like to discuss the Hyuga clan's help in the uprising against the Hokage. If Hayashi had water in her mouth, she would spit it out. What? Revolt against Minato. Your mother. Do you even know what you're saying? You want to raise a rebellion against your mother? Hayashi boy thought that Minato would come out now, but she was not there. She kept her cool. Yes, Hayashi-san, I Naruto Namikaze want to raise an uprising against my mother, the fourth Hokage Minato Namikaze. Naruto spoke extremely seriously. Hayashi was thinking about something. And who do you want to put in her place? Really yourself? Hayashi smiled for a second. No. This place will be taken by Fugaku. Uchiha. Hayashi jumped straight up. No. There's no way Fugaku will take the place of Hokage. Hayashi tore and through. Uchiha is not when there will be no Hokage. She is the strongest after you. Her appointment to the post of Kage will be the most rational option. With the support of some forces, we will not become weaker than Minato as not as the strongest now, and we must change her to another worthy one. Here either Fugaku or you. Naruto spoke calmly. Minato in politics were not in vain, and why not me? Hayashi wondered why he didn't choose her. You will take the place of the advisor to the Hokage and get more power than now. As I know, Hyuga did not hold this post once. Naruto decided to put pressure on the weak. The Hyuga clan always dreamed of taking this place and Naruto decided to put pressure on it. You're playing with me, boy. Hayashi smiled. No, I'm just saying the facts. Fugaku takes the place of Kage and takes over all the bureaucracy, and you are an advisor. You can say the power itself will fall into your hands. Naruto stretched out his palms. And you just need to grab it. Who else is involved in this uprising? Naruto realized that he was following the right trajectory. Uchi clan also. I will look for people who also want to displace Minato. You also need to help with ANBU and clans. The uprising will be at least in 4 years. During this time we have to think about everything. How do you like the idea? Why do you want to start a rebellion? The most important question that interested Hayashi. She works with Danzo and put a bunch of seals on me. Hayashi got up. In the sense of working with Danzo? We talked about this topic. Why is someone not listening to me? Hayashi was furious. I know everything that Shimura Danzo, and Minato works with her. I remembered her another campaign. She took off her mask. Hayashi sat back down. So you are for the uprising? Hayashi nodded. It means well. It's time for me to go home. Naruto waved his hand. Stop. Naruto turned to Hayashi. Stay with us today. Hayashi cursed and regained her composure. Yes, of course Hayashi-san. It will be an honor for me. Naruto smiled his trademark smile. You need to make a bed in the guest room. Hayashi held Naruto's gaze. Sasuke tried to explain to Fugaku and Itachi that it was necessary to take down Minato from the post of Kage, but she was considered a simple child who did not know what she was saying. Sasuke, calm down. Minato is a worthy Hokage and we don't need to overthrow her. Itachi tried to calm her sister until she said too much. Mom, you should talk to Naruto. Together we can remove Minato from the post of Kage. Sasuke tried to convince Mom. What makes you think that Naruto will marry us? He is the son of Hokage and it is not profitable for him to marry us. Fugaku watched her daughters argue and for some reason she liked it. She did not have time to notice how they grew up. I saw his look. He hates her. Itachi grinned. Were you able to tell all this by the look? Fugaku looked at her youngest daughter. Yes, the seriousness of the words and the confident look made it clear that she was as serious as possible. So be it. I will go to Naruto-kun and talk to him, and if he agrees, we will raise an uprising. If he is against, Fugaku pointed her finger at Sasuke, you will be seriously punished and we will have problems. Serious problems. I may even be executed. Don't be afraid, Mom. I promise you Naruto will support us. Even other clans will support us, Fugaku grinned. I hope so, our whole clan is on his shoulders. Naruto was sitting alone at the table today. Sasuke's parents had to come and so he prepared to eat so that the conversation would go faster. Then there was a knock on the door and entered. Naruto realized that it was Sasuke, only she had the keys to the house. Sasuke entered the house, followed by Fugaku and Makoto. Naruto got up from his seat and bowed. Good evening Fugaku-san. Makoto-san. Fugaku was serious as usual, but Makoto was looking at everything with interest. Kushina didn't talk much about her son, and if she hadn't asked and hadn't seen Naruto once, she wouldn't have known about his existence. Hello Naruto-kun. Makoto smiled at Naruto. Good evening Naruto. Naruto offered to sit down and they accepted Sasuke's offer. Sat to the right of Naruto and Makoto with Fugaku in front. Did you prepare everything? Makoto saw a couple of dishes, but their cooking was difficult. She cooked them herself a couple of times. Yes, I thought it was worth treating you to something unusual. Fugaku decided that it was worth talking first and then eating. Naruto-kun, let's discuss something first. Naruto nodded. He became more serious. You know that the Uchiha clan is planning an uprising. Nod. I don't want this. We'll just get over it. Fugaku was calm. And what do you want inside? He was smiling. You need to do everything. Like with Hyugas and another strong ally is ready. I want to solve everything peacefully. The clan believes that we are being oppressed, but this is not so. Are you sure? When was the last time someone helped the Uchiha clan? Uchi are really often oppressed by no one who did not help them while other clans were trading and mutual assistance. Why would they help us? A week ago, the Akimichi clan had problems and almost all the Konoha clans helped them. 2 weeks ago there was a fire in the Uchi clan and someone did not come to help, although everyone knows that you do not have fighters with the element of water. The whole Konoha left you with the condition that it was you and the Senju clan who founded this village. Fugaku was pondering something. Naruto was already celebrating the victory, but still, the Uchi clan are the defenders of Konoha and we should not raise an uprising. Naruto was annoyed by this. You should protect Konoha, and now Konoha is in danger. Danzo Shimura and Minato Namikaze have something in mind and you should put them. Fugaku and Makoto were surprised. What do you want to say? Fugaku returned her serious face. The Uchiha clan must rise up against the Hokage in 4 years when I return from my journey. Who will marry you? Naruto wanted to know who is an ally and who is an enemy. Only the Uchi clan. 2000. Fugaku shook her head. And who will you bring? Hyugi, 1729 fighters, 32 division, 700 soldiers. Yamanaki, 431 fighters. Fugaku could not contain her surprise. In short, even in the anime I did not like such a small number of soldiers in service with the country of 80,000 for 5 countries. This is 16,000 per country. In my opinion, this is not enough, so we only have Konoha's forces about 40,000. The clan of Aburame, 521 fighters, and Inazuka, 732 fighters, are considering a proposal. While it's all we decided to continue to attract attention, I'll explain how he was able to do it all. The 32nd Division was closely associated with the Hyugas. Yamanaka looked at Naruto's memory. Aburame and Inazuka were having a dialogue with Hyugami. Fugaku understood that this was their chance. We will also support you in this uprising, only the question is, who will become the Hokage? This question interested Fugaku. You Naruto and Sasuke smiled. Well, as I understand it, you want to go on a trip with Jiraiya and then arrange an uprising? Yes, I will become the strongest and I will be able to arrange it, but we will not stop only at Konoha. The uprising will rise in all countries. I will personally take care of it. What? Do you want to raise an uprising all over the world? Fugaku thought, hoped that Naruto was joking. Yes, either they will become our allies or we will make them allies. Naruto looked Fugaku in the eyes. Are you with me? Fugaku started thinking. Yes, we will support you in your journey. Great, you will stay at my house today. Fugaku shook her head negatively. We have business, maybe next time. Fugaku and Makoto got up. Sasuke can stay. Naruto smiled after looking at Sasuke. Naruto was standing at the training ground number 7. In front of him was his last goal. Kakashi Hatake was a tall, fit woman. It was impossible to see either her face or her body. But Naruto had to convince her to give his teacher. He didn't know how to do it. So guys, in a week there will be an exam for Chunin, and as you understood, you participate in it. Well, if you want, of course. Kakashi read the book and she frankly didn't care. She trained them and was confident in them. I, for Sasuke, was confident in my abilities. I'm T2. Hinata as usual was not sure. We will definitely win, Kakashi-sensei, unless of course you teach me Chidori, and then Sasuke doesn't want to teach me. Naruto pouted at Sasuke and she turned away. Well, the exam in 2 weeks. I will have time to teach you Chidori. Kakashi has long wanted to teach Naruto her crown technique. You two can go, and you follow me. Kakashi went without expecting Naruto the same ran after her. Hey Kakashi-sensei, tell me about your relationship with my mom. Naruto knew that Kakashi was Minato's pawn, but we need to create a topic for conversation. She's my sensei. If it wasn't for her, I would have died many times. Naruto couldn't determine what she was feeling right now. He should learn more about her in order to somehow lure her to his side. Naruto arranged a sparring with Fugaku. Both had a Sharingan burning. Fugaku had 3 Tomoe and Naruto had 2. You're getting better, but that's not enough. You have to develop your brain. Sharingan will strain your brain very much. You see my movements, even those that I don't do. Fugaku reflected Naruto's blows and struck at Naruto's vulnerable spots. We need to improve your Sharingan. Manjikyu Sharingan is the next phase of Sharingan. It improves everything and it makes it possible to create a better armor. Susanoo can't break through it and it's good at attacking, but all this requires a sacrifice. Your eyesight will deteriorate for every use of MSH. Naruto delved into every word and how to get it. Fugaku visibly saddened. You have to sacrifice a dear person to yourself. Naruto was surprised. He began to think and Genjutsu. Fugaku nodded. Why then give the victim? We use it, but not all worthy. Manjikyu. Fugaku looked towards her house. Will you come for lunch? Yes, of course. Naruto nodded. Naruto sat and ate very spicy food. He watched how calmly the Uchiha did it and was surprised. He almost cried from the sharpness, and they barely calmly. Naruto-kun, don't you like the food? Or is it very spicy? Makoto giggled. She didn't know that Naruto would come for lunch and therefore cooked only spicy dishes. No, Makoto-san, more precisely, yes, it's too spicy for me. Naruto tried to eat more, but he was already starting to blush from the sharpness. Tears were coming from the edge of his eyes. Makoto took away Naruto's plate. He began to resent. No, Naruto-kun, I'll bring you something else now. Makoto quickly cooked curry. Here, I'll teach Sasuke to cook. She's still your future wife. Makoto laughed at Sasuke, who pouted and mumbled something to herself. Naruto's mom cooks well himself. Why should I study this? Sasuke has already killed her mother with her eyes. She asked a lot about Naruto, and when she blabbed about the fact that they already had this, a huge squall of questions and advice descended on her. Yes, I know, but then why would he need you? Sasuke was in a stupor. What do you mean? He disappears without me. Naruto and Fugaku simply and calmly barely paid attention to this farce. Yes? I personally don't think so. He is preparing an uprising at his age of 12. Makoto mocked her daughter as much as possible. Okay, it's time for me. Naruto got up and wanted to leave. It's too late. Wait, Naruto-kun, stay with us today. I'll make a bed for you at Sasuke's. Makoto smiled. Why not? Sasuke and Makoto went to make the bed. Fugaku-san, what do you know about Kakashi? Naruto knew that Fugaku and Kakashi often talked because she had a Sharingan and she often came to study with Fugaku. She is extremely cold, lost her best friend in the war and almost lost another one after that, so after that she does not let anyone near her, so that if you want to improve your relationship with her, you need to be strong so that she understands that rapprochement with you will not hit her. I understand you. Thank you, Fugaku-san. Sasuke and Makoto entered the room. The room is ready. Naruto nodded and went into the room. Naruto was standing in Sasuke's room. She was changing clothes in the corner. She was standing half naked and Naruto was excited. Naruto grabbed her by the waist. You're playing with me? Sasuke. Uchiha began to squirm in Naruto's hands. Yes, you're not even stopped by the fact that your parents are in the next room. Pervert. Naruto kissed Sasuke on the neck. She moaned. Naruto put his hand in Sasuke's underpants and started playing. He picked her up and threw her on the bed. Hanging on, he smiled at her. Well, let's start. Put up a barrier. Naruto shook his head negatively. Fugaku and Makoto heard Sasuke's light moans. What are they doing? Fugaku didn't know that her daughter was already ripe. What do a husband and wife do when they really love each other? Fugaku got up. What You mean they're making love there? Fugaku wanted to fly into Sasuke's room and beat Naruto, but Makoto stopped her. No, don't get involved, they love each other and even you can't stop them, let's take revenge on them. Makoto attacked Fugaku and they started playing. Hayashi was sitting in her chair, she put her feet up on the table and jerked off Niji. Hayashi entered her office without even thinking to stop. Hayashi-sama was summoned. She was not surprised by this picture. Come here. Hayashi called Niji with her finger. She fell on all fours and settled between the legs of her mistress. Niji was the niece of Hayashi's dead wife and also an exact copy, so Hayashi often used her for other purposes. Minato broke off her engagement with Hinata. We have to conclude a direct contract with him. I think whom to expose, you or Hanabi. Hinata disappointed me very much. Sasuke has been sharing a bed with him for a long time and she loses consciousness from one touch. Niji licked Hayashi's vagina and jerked herself off after hearing that she should become the wife of the guy she only saw once. Alerted her Hayashi, I will do everything for the clan myself, just give the order. Hayashi completely relaxed in Niji's hands. She trained her well, pouring herself sake. She sang it in one gulp. Would have fun with him myself, but we have to wait until he becomes a Hokage. Niji was surprised. What? You want to make Naruto Hokage? Hayashi nodded. He will become the strongest and wants to take over the world and I will be there and help. You fell in love? Hayashi-sama. Niji's eyes widened. You can say so, he's a good guy, strong and brave, and I saw what he was hiding. Hinata is unworthy of him, and I can use you and Hanabi to get closer to him and then we'll see what happens. How soon will you be ready? An unknown girl with an orange mask with one eye hole. 5 years, about maybe less. A blue haired girl in a black hoodie with red clouds. It was Conan. We need more people. A girl with strange eyes. It was the goddess Pain, the head of the terrorist organization Akatsuki. Do what you need to do, we need to start faster. The girl went out into the rain. We need to execute my plan faster. If they find out that I am Uchiha Madara with you, the whole world will unite against you. I will join Akatsuki under the pseudonym Toby. The girl ran out and disappeared in lightning. She is strange. Conan did not like the false Madara. When the moment comes, we will kill her. Pine turned around and left. She will not be able to cope with the goddess. Let her be Uchiha Madara at least twice. Naruto was standing at the training ground. Kakashi was standing against him. The day after tomorrow the exam and Kakashi decided to hold the final training sessions. Well, let's start. Naruto the named one nodded. Try to kill me. I can't kill you. Kakashi sensei. A second and Kakashi hits Naruto in the jaw. He decided to take a blow. After flying a couple of meters, he landed on his feet. And this is what you are capable of? Naruto smiled and pointed at Kakashi. She looked down on her vest. There were 2 explosion tags. Explosion. Hatake jumped out of the smoke clouds. Her clothes were partially burned. I take my words back. I remember your fight with Zabuza. Show me what you are capable of. Kakashi folded the seals into her hands. Naruto Chidori was formed. The whole forest was deafened for her by the whisper of 1,000 blue tits. 2 Chidori hit each other. Naruto added kurama chakras and in general, the volume of his chakra was twice as large and better than Kakashi's. Naruto sent Kakashi flying, catching up with her in the air. He struck a series of blows driving her into the ground. Kakashi got up and started looking for Naruto. She took off the bandage. Even Sharingan could not help. Suddenly a pair of hands came out of the ground. Kakashi jumped back and launched 2 kunai into her hands. Kakashi, a clone? Damn, he became stronger, and he doesn't even use his full potential. Naruto appeared behind Kakashi and struck a series of blows. Kakashi began to beat them off. Naruto created another Chidori fight in his right hand. Another Chidori fight began in Naruto's left hand. He struck a Rasengan on his stomach. Kakashi barely stood on her feet. Her clothes were torn. A huge hole that opened up a view of her inflated body. You're good, I'm just proud of you. Naruto appeared in front of Kakashi. He bit his finger by drawing a symbol on his stomach. He smiled and grabbed her chin. He let go of Kakashi's mask. You're my mom's bitch. Kakashi was surprised it was their secret, and then Naruto knows everything. From where? Kakashi could not contain her surprise. She told me that herself. She said that I could use you, so I decided to lure you to my side. What do you mean? Kakashi fell to her knees. Naruto stroked her face. He stared. I'm planning an uprising against Minato and I need you. I don't want such a strong and beautiful girl to be on Minato's side. Kakashi couldn't restrain herself, she blushed, but after a couple of seconds she pulled herself together. But further action surprised Kakashi more. Author. Beta. Just try to change Naruto now he's alpha and Kakashi should what? Would the plot go further? Just try it, I'll fire you. Naruto tore what was left of Kakashi's t-shirt. The third size breast was released, only a mesh t-shirt covered it, but it flew away. Naruto bit into the left nipple, the right one also did not remain without attention. Naruto played with the left nipple. Kakashi couldn't do anything to Naruto, she was tired and the seal was making itself felt. Kakashi, Lord, I've never experienced this before. It's worth convincing Rin. Kakashi was moaning for the whole forest, lucky that she was far from the nearest landfill. Naruto tore Kakashi's pants, taking out his 22 cm device, he began to rub against the entrance to Kakashi. He put aside his black underpants. Well, Kakashi, have you already accepted your fate or not? Naruto gloated. He had fun. Under him was his teacher and she was completely in his power. No, I will not give Minato-sensei. Naruto took it as a signal. He entered the full length and immediately took a fast pace. He tore her like the last. Kakashi moaned like a cut. This reminds me of my first time, Naruto. Ah, you're like your mother. Ah, not what tenderness. Naruto picked her up, he planted Kakashi, he held her with one hand behind her ass and slapped her left and right breasts with the other. 12:1 Kakashi, well done. Naruto bit his finger and held it over the seal. Now every time you want to give me, tell about us, hint that I want to give Minato everything that you felt. Now to repeat in an instant. 12 orgasms at a time. I just want to see it. Naruto smiled. Well, Kakashi-sensei, now I'm your master. Kakashi couldn't get up but tried. So you want to overthrow your mother, don't you think it will end badly? Naruto kissed Kakashi. When I return to Konoha after my adventure, I will be able to stand up against the whole world, but I love politics and limonks, so we will go down a difficult path. And yes, take care of Rin. You will also have to give me reports about Minato, from who came to her to what they talked about in detail, especially about Danzo. Kakashi nodded. Her legs were still shaking. And what are you going to do with Kushina and your sisters? Menma is my sister, a real sister, she will marry me in this conflict. Naruto and Kushina will definitely be my enemies. Naruto was sure of his words, though he wanted to convince Naruto she is the last Uzumaki and Naruto has a pair of red curls. In about a year or two he will be red-haired, although he knows how to prevent it. He wanted to revive this great clan, well, or create his own. This issue must be resolved. He must create an image of either the reviver of the great Uzumaki clan and its first male head or the head of a new clan. He has not yet decided. So you want to kill the people who raised you? Kakashi didn't understand Naruto's motives. You could say that, though I didn't want to. I'll give them a choice and we'll decide what to do. Naruto really didn't want to kill them, even Kushina, she's all like his mother. So you haven't decided what you want? I know what I want. Naruto looked Kakashi in the eyes. I want this world. His eyes took a strange look. It was a 3 Tomoe Sharingan. Yes, he woke him up during training. And an animal pupil passed through the center. Kakashi was out from Naruto. Emanated an aura stronger than from the 9-tailed one. He was there 12 years ago and remembered everything. And here is a guy who is scarier than the 9-tailed demon fox, in the masculine kind, because everyone thinks that the tailed ones are males. Well, almost everything. Teams 6 and 7 were walking towards the academy. The first stage will be held there. Menma energetically told how she saved Konohamaru, to which some guys were climbing out of the sand, and then a red-haired girl appeared. And I scared her away. Menma proudly raised her head and fist. You? Yes, you were trembling. If it wasn't for me and Hashirama, you would have been nailed right there with that little fool. Naruto mocked her sister and she wanted to nail her. Hashirama, as usual, tried to calm the sisters down. Every mission and training they argued about and without. Naruto-san, and how do you live with them? Hashirama was trying to restrain Menma, who was trying to kill her sister. Hashirama doesn't need to be so official, and plus I don't live with them. Team 6 and 7 agreed to Work together during the first two stages. Minato blabbed that the first stage is written, the second is a test in the forest of death, and the third is a tournament. So guys, let's better discuss the plan. Everyone except Naruto began to listen carefully to Naruto. We will need to find 2 scrolls, so we catch the team and use the advantage to crush them. It seems easy, but we don't need to relax. If we underestimate our enemies, we can lose. Naruto loudly chuckled. Will we lose? You're lucky that you and I alone would not have been able to cope even with children. Sasuke couldn't stand it anymore. Yes, he can do you with one hand. And it's lucky for you that he's on your side. If we had come out in the second stage against each other, you would have definitely lost. Sasuke didn't like her new sister very much. Yes, Sasuke has already fully accepted Naruto and his family. Now she considers Naruto and Menma her sisters, and be glad that you have such a brother. Sasuke and Naruto looked into each other's eyes. Lightning flew between their eyes. Pray to all the gods that you and I would not meet in the third stage. Uchiha Naruto went ahead, leaving her team behind. Well done, Sasuke-chan. Menma liked it when her arrogant sister was lowered from heaven. And now forward. We must pass this test and I will definitely become a Chunin and then Kage. Hinata was quiet, even too quiet for her. Naruto noticed it. Hinata, what's wrong with you? Naruto has not considered Hinata his daughter-in-law for a long time, but friendship has not gone anywhere. And nothing. Naruto-kun. Naruto realized that she was lying. Hey Naruto, I'm Kurama. Naruto quickly began to look around, but when Kurama called his name, he calmed down. She's lying. As I understood, she loves you but is afraid to speak. Naruto, it's clear. And yes, I almost forgot the other 2 parts to say that dog Shikaku is here, so be careful if she and I help. Naruto, it's clear. I'm thinking of going into the world of conscription here. It can be dangerous, but it's worth trying. The teams have already reached the academy. 2 were standing at the 301 office, but there were 2 people at the entrance. Naruto realized that something was wrong. Hey, they let me pass. Naruto argued with one of the genins, who did not let her pass. A little girl like you is not worthy of becoming a Chunin. Naruto struck a blow, but genin easily walked away from her blows. Suddenly one girl in a green leotard beat off them. Hey, we can't fight without permission, so please calm down. The thick-browed one was calm. Naruto grunted and went to her team. And what do we do? These 2 do not miss anyone. Naruto was angry. Naruto activated the Sharingan and looked at the sign. 301 was a simple illusion, and Naruto realized that they were on the 2nd floor. He giggled. We are on the 2nd floor and we need to go to the 3rd. Naruto spoke in a whisper so that no one else would hear. They went to the 3rd floor, entering the 301 office. A huge wave of Ki. Naruto tried to answer them, and Hinata hid behind Naruto. Naruto went to the last desk of Sasuke. Menma and Hashirama followed him. At that moment Hinata did not even think to let go of Naruto's jacket. Everyone was talking about something and exchanging sidelong glances. Sister Hinata High Team 8 came up to them. Naruto examined the whole team. Hanabi was an exact copy of Hayashi, only had a couple of features similar to Neji. Naruto noticed it. His gaze fell on Shino. She was completely covered with clothes, and Naruto could not notice something. The last one. Was Kiba here? He froze. Her bestial features, the 2nd breast size, the inflated body. Naruto was ready to take her right here. He put a tick in his head to contact her later. Then a bunch of people appeared in the office. Well, shut up and sit down. A tall woman appeared near the table. Naruto immediately noticed that this girl was taller than everyone he knew. I am Ibiki Marino. Now they will give you forms. There are 9 questions. 10 I will ask you myself. It is impossible to write off. If you are caught 3 times during the exam, then you will be disqualified. If I say, you must be silent and listen carefully. 2 row 12 desk and his team to exit. The team left with its head down. Let's start. Its assistants began to hand out leaflets. 3 row 5 desk to exit. Hey, we didn't do anything with these words. Ibiki released Ki and the team flew out of the office. Naruto took the paper. His eyes widened. Naruto, what? Yes. It's not real. Chunin threw a kunai that flew at a speed of 90 meters per second. After how many kunai he hits the enemy behind a tree? If the thickness of the log is 1.65 meters, it's unrealistic. Or am I just stupid? Stupid? You? It's funny to think with your head. What's wrong here? Why are the questions complicated and that guy over there writes so easily? Naruto realized what Kurama was saying. He activated the Sharingan and started copying from that guy. Ibiki looked at the time, pens on the table. And now the 10th question, but if you fail it, you will not be able to become Chunins. Not today, there is no time. I will give you time to think. Ibiki began to put pressure on the class with her ki, half left the class. Well done everyone who is still sitting. You passed. Suddenly a window was broken by some girl. You're getting old. Ibiki half is still a shame. I'm Anka Mitarashi and I'm the examiner of the second stage. Follow me to 41 training grounds. If someone is late, I'm not to blame. Anka jumped out of the window, some flew after her, and Naruto lazily left the office. So guys, this is Polygon 41 or the Forest of Death. Anka spoke as pathetically as possible. It almost scored. Take those forms and sign them. This is in case of your death, so that Konoha doesn't have problems when you definitely die. Naruto peeked at that red-haired girl that Menma was talking about. Hey, look at me when I say. Anka launched a kunai at Naruto. He caught it and launched it back. He scratched her cheek. Next time I will aim at the head. Naruto spoke calmly and it scared everyone. Do you understand? Anka nodded. Go on. LOK, in that booth you will take a scroll of earth or air. You need to have 2 to pass this stage. You will have 5 days to open the scrolls, or you will be disqualified when you take the scrolls. Settle around the landfill for the first 2 hours of peacetime. If someone arranges a fight, will be disqualified. Signal there will be fire dragons at the start. Go ahead. Anka quickly hid and gave everyone the opportunity to take scrolls and settle in positions around the polygon. Team 6 and 7 settled down near the southern entrance. Team 6 had a scroll of earth, and 7 of air. They thought that the teams would fight for the scroll, but the temporary alliance was still in force, though Naruto was ready at any moment to attack Naruto and take the scroll. She was ready for anything for the sake of victory. Team 6 and 7 jumped on the branches. They need a place where they can discuss the plan in detail. So they found a good place. This was a cave. The entrance was closed by the roots of a tree. Hiding there, Naruto began to say the plan. Let's do this. I go out with a fake scroll and ask what kind of scroll they have. If this is the one we need, then this is what we do. Hashirama, as I know you have a Makiden, right? A nod means you and Naruto take those who are on my right. Hinata and Menma, you attack the one on the left. Sasuke, you will support me. We just push them away from each other and win easily and simply. Everyone listened to Naruto. He was almost unanimously chosen as the leader. Naruto chose herself. While you rest and get ready, I will send clones for exploration. After these words, he created 50 clones. His limit of 2000 in the chapter about the bridge was 40. Like this is the help of Kurama and a couple of people from whom he stabbed the chakra. And do not forget that every day he is fueled by the chakra. Naruto himself also went to investigate, leaving a clone with the girls. 5. Go to the tower. Someone will definitely ambush there. The rest look for commands. The clone gave orders to Sasuke. Hit her forehead with her palm. Facepalm. She realized that it was a clone but decided not to say if Naruto did it. Then it's necessary. Go ahead. Hi. Clones said this in chorus and disappeared. The clone went to set traps so that they could have a normal rest. Sasuke followed him. And what is Naruto up to? The clone cursed. He wants to check a couple of people. We can't handle it, so he went alone so that you would be safe. Sasuke shook her head. Naruto always did this, always thought about others more than about himself. Okay, I'll talk to him later. Do you need help now? The clone shook his head negatively. Okay, if anything, call. Sasuke waved her hand and went into the depths of the cave. Naruto was running along the branches. 2 of his clones were jumping behind him, when suddenly the clone on the left divorced. Naruto quickly bent down, standing back to back with his clone. They activated Sharingans and began to look for the enemy. Like there was no kunai. Naruto himself did not understand what it was. The clone just disappeared. There was a Senbon, only he was big and black. Naruto's clone managed to notice him, though it didn't tell him anything. Suddenly 3 people came out of the bushes. Rain. The clone said to himself. This trio was dressed strangely, and the umbrellas they dared in hot weather complemented their appearance. There will be no rain. Naruto decided to make a joke. If he knew why they needed umbrellas, he would not have said so. The girl on the right of Naruto lowered the umbrella. She aimed at Naruto. Hundreds of senbons flew at Namikaze, Naruto created a wall because of the ice. The clone did not have time to hide and divorced. You're the guy with the angel chakra shield. Be glad. Naruto was surprised. Who would call himself an angel? Maybe they have a goddess in the rain. An angel? What a name. Naruto took one kunai and launched it into the raincoats, although he did not miss the animal roar with a raincoat. It was scary. This roar made them very scared, and the chakra that was released, she did not even notice how Naruto disappeared and turned out to be behind them, folding a series of seals. He blew out a powerful stream of air. They hit the wall because of the ice and passed out. Naruto came up and started searching the enemy. They had a scroll of the sky. Naruto threw it and caught it. The class can be defeated by another team and the girls have nothing to do. Naruto went on. Suddenly he heard a scream. He ran in that direction. A huge bear was eating a girl. There was another corpse nearby. Naruto was already thinking of leaving, but he saw her. The red-haired girl was pressing against a stone and crying. Naruto looked at her. He remembered himself when Kushina offended him, so the bear turned to her and growled. The bear rushed to her. She had already covered her face in her palms. Bang! For another second there was nothing raising her head. She saw a guy who was standing on the bear's head. He bent down to her. Naruto stretched out his hand to her. Naruto. Namikaze, you're safe. Don't cry. Naruto smiled. Alya 32 is not a chapel. Listen, do you have a scroll? The girl trembled. No. Naruto got up. She already thought that he wanted to leave her. No, wait. Don't leave me, please. She started crying again. I didn't even think to do it. By the way, what's your name? But suddenly she showed the scroll. Earth, what Naruto needed. So you still have it? The girl quickly put it away. I will give it to you if you take me out of the forest and take me to one person from your village. She has already pulled herself together. She needs to get out of the forest and find a woman named Kushina Uzumaki. Her late mother said she would always help. And my name is Karen Uzumaki. Naruto's eyes widened. Karen didn't like it. Uzumaki? Not a confident nod. My mom is also Uzumaki. Karen was already surprised here. Kushina Uzumaki? Her name is Kushina Uzumaki? Naruto was already scared just that she was crying like a little child and now she's yelling at him. Yes, calm down, let's go to my team first and then we'll talk who's who, okay? Karen nodded and got up. She didn't stand for a couple of seconds as she fell. What's wrong with you? Naruto examined Karen's legs. Her right leg was broken. Did you feel any pain in your leg? No, it's strange. Your leg is broken. You won't be able to walk for a long time. Suddenly he heard that someone in the bushes. Naruto got up. Karen is quietly attacking us now. Be ready. If it gets hot, my clone will save you. Naruto launched 5 kunai into the bushes. Come out, I know you're there. A team came out of the bushes. 10 Naruto-kun calmly, it's us, let's disperse. Ino raised her hands and came out of the bushes, followed by Choji and Shika. It's strange we're not even together and you're already offering to disperse. Team 10 was in a stupor and Ino blushed. That you want to date me? I was just yelling at the whole forest of death, and the fact that all the nearest teams gathered was not surprising. Shika began to count. There are 15 teams here, not counting us. Hey Naruto, what are we going to do? Naruto called 40 clones. One took Karen in his arms. You have a second scroll? Yes, then run. My clones will cover you and I'll play. The grin itself got on Naruto's face. Team 10 got scared. They quickly left. The clones cleared their way and went with them to cover their retreat. 3 teams went after them. Naruto took out 1 kunai and activated Sharingan. He began to inspect. The situation was heating up. Everyone was looking at each other and waiting for someone to hit. I'll explain. 12 teams were not against Naruto but against each other, and Naruto was for himself. Like this, Naruto the dog is coming. Kurama was preparing to help Naruto. Then another team came. Naruto recognized them. It was the team of that red-haired girl who pinned Konohamaru. Naruto realized his situation. Several clones scattered and Naruto found out that Team 10 and Karen were safe and the clones were going to help Naruto. Attack from the ass is what it takes to dump, and then everything started pouncing on each other. The slaughter began. Naruto released a huge stream of fire that killed 2 and wounded 3. It turned red-haired. Sand held 2 commands for a second and the sand turned red. Naruto created a clone and he immediately dissipated. One girl bent over him. He launched her into the sand, grabbed her. Sand. Naruto repeated the actions with the clone and 26 Naruto clones attacked the team from behind. The real Naruto attacked from the front. Two girls next to the red-haired one were distracted by clones. Hey, let's disperse in a good way. The answer was a sand fist that sent Naruto into a tree. She sent 10 stakes out of the sand after him, but everything passed by. Naruto was already on a tree branch. He was breathing heavily and holding on to the ribs. He definitely broke a couple. Sorry, but it's time for me. Naruto quickly made his feet. He was afraid that he could bring this a psychopath to his team, so he created 100 clones and sent them in different directions. In the evening, Naruto flew into the cave. Having created 10 clones, he sent them out of the cave. Teams 6, 7 and 10 were ready to depart the attack. Naruto strengthened the barrier. After a minute they relaxed. Okay, I got the necessary scrolls and I'm tired. Tomorrow we'll go to the tower early in the morning. Now it's impossible, there's one psychopath, she'll kill us all. Naruto took off his jacket and put it next to him. Sasuke began to treat Naruto. Yes, she was bad at it, but still she didn't like that her boyfriend in this form. Thank you. Naruto thanked Sasuke. Her look said that she was ready to kill him, but her actions said the opposite. What the hell were you doing? We had a plan, and you decided to be a hero. Naruto was furious. It happened by accident. Naruto scratched his head guiltily. Hey, don't yell at Naruto. He did everything for us. We should be grateful to him for this. Sasuke activated the Sharingan, making it clear that she was ready to fight. Enough. Naruto is tired of enduring. It's too late. Who is the first on duty? Hashirama and Hinata volunteered. Great. Sasuke, you're with them. Then Team 10. Naruto looked at them. You don't mind? The team nodded synchronously. Great. And in the end, you're with Menma, and I'll sleep for now. In the morning Naruto woke up and did not find his jacket. He scored on it, and the teams 6, 7 and 10 together with Karen went towards the tower. On the way they did not meet someone. Congratulations to everyone who passed the second stage. Minato spoke with Treban. We wanted to hold qualifying fights, but there are few of you left, thanks to Gaara, so the final stage will be held in a month, so everyone should be ready and not be late. Minato told Naruto to go to the hot springs, but he went there himself. It was clear why she lasted so long. The level of lust was at the maximum. Even more. At first there was a story about a father and daughter who loved each other, then a story about two girls who loved each other but their villages were at enmity, and at the end about a guy. Naruto immediately recognized himself and what was happening just now. Naruto looked at her. His leg. Hey pervert, we get up and go to the Uchiha. Will plant you for pedophilia. The woman jumped straight up. Just Google Fem Jiraiya, choose the most beautiful, and here she is. What? Who's here? I am a poor blind woman. The poor thing began to wave her hands touching Naruto. She began to sink lower and lower, so she reached the groin and began to touch his device. Oh, so you are a man, I beg your pardon. She did not remove her hand from the device. I am Ryu and I am blind. Naruto was not a fool and he could not get involved in this. Blind? Okay, let's all go straight to the Uchiha. Don't be afraid, the head of the clan is my mother-in-law. She will allocate you a person who will help you. Sweat ran like a stream from her. Okay, she took a pretentious stand. I am the great Sannin from Mount Myobaka. Naruto understood why Minato advised him to go to the hot springs. Your mom sent you here. She got nervous right away. Who's your mom? Naruto realized that this woman is a fool. Minato Namikaze didn't know that you forgot the name of your student Aunt Jiraiya. Naruto remembered how she came to them a couple of times. Now he understood why Minato hid him from this perversion. So why did you come? Or did you really just pass by and decide to go to prison for faggotry? Naruto crossed his arms over his chest. No, you're right, Minato sent me here to give you a contract with Toads. Jiraiya hit the scroll that was behind her. Toads? Seriously, there is another choice. Naruto clearly did not like this idea. He wanted birds or a strong animal, and here toads. They are slimy, nasty, and plus weak. Jiraiya's eyes widened. Who is weak? He got into Jiraiya's weak spot. Well, he already understood where she is weakest. Yes, toads are the strongest, and besides, they are good both in water and on land. Yes, Gamabunta will do anyone, and the old man and the old woman are just gods of war. Jiraiya gesticulated very much. It was one of her chips, the gods of war, toads. Whose names are the old man and the old woman? Jiraiya was thinking, and the truth is not to sound here. Something clicked in her head. How about a Rasengan fight? you know how to do Rasengan. A nod. So if I win, you will forget about this case in the hot spring and admit that toads are the best. Naruto did not let Jiraiya finish. And if I teach you the seal of the free call? Jiraiya thought for a minute. Okay, let's go to the training ground. I can't lose to a child though. It would be better if she listened to Minato's stories about Naruto. Naruto was warming up. Jiraiya was looking at this pumped up body with maximum interest. Naruto excited Jiraiya and she couldn't take her eyes off. Well, let's start. Naruto created a small Rasengan in his hand. Jiraiya was already celebrating the victory. Yeah, you've got everything big gone down. Jiraiya laughed at how Naruto blushed. Let me show you how it should be. Jiraiya created a huge Rasengan. This is a heroic Rasengan baby. They bent over each other and their Rasengans intertwined in battle. Suddenly Naruto's Rasengan became 3 times larger than Jiraiya's, and this is Jiraiya-sama Adama Rasengan. Naruto added another kurama chakra. Jiraiya flew into a tree. Only an hour later she was able to recover. She looked around and saw Naruto, who was reading her book. Hey, that's not fair. Jiraiya yelled at the whole forest that she thought about Naruto after this. Only after an hour she calmed down. Calm down? Nod seal. Naruto sat down in the lotus position and began to look at Jiraiya's hands. Naruto, understand, I can't give them to you so easily. It can be dangerous. Naruto looked straight into Jiraiya's eyes. They were both as serious as possible. I'll tell you that you spied on me and touched my device. Jiraiya grabbed a blow. She sat down against Naruto and began to show seals that would be right away. After 2 minutes Naruto disappeared in a puff of smoke. I hope a little manipulator will eat you there. Whatever Jiraiya said, she liked this guy. Okay, I'll go to Menma or Naruka. Maybe at least they will be for. Jiraiya got up and left. Naruto was standing in the forest. He looked around and began to scan the area. Hey Naruto, you are in some other world. Your call is most likely a forest animal. I bet on hares. Naruto was deafened by Kurama's laughter. He closed his ears, but it can hardly help if a huge fox is yelling in your subconscious. As soon as she calmed down, he felt that 3 chakra sources were flying quickly to him. Naruto realized that there was no hiding. That's why I started waiting. Suddenly 3 wolves flew out of the branches, 1 red and 2 gray, ordinary wolves. Oh, your mother, Naruto, you have a call. That's wolves. You have to break the back of their leader so that they would accept you. Kurama's voice was surprised at first, and at the end it became irritated. Naruto realized that something was wrong here. How did you get here, human child? The red wolf who was standing in the center spoke, surprising Naruto with a speaking call. He was lucky. I went to the free draft and found myself here. The wolf was surprised, and if they were on alert before, now they are relaxed. Okay, let's go. We'll take you to the alpha, and then let him decide what to do with you. Sign a contract or eat. Naruto was scared. Eat him? Why? The wolves laughed and sped up. Don't fall behind or the wild ones will eat you. Naruto ran after them at his maximum speed, but he couldn't catch up with them. Naruto, damn, they're fast. I hope we don't have to run for long. And who are the wild ones? I bet my 3 breakfasts that these are wild wolves. Kurama confirmed Naruto's theory. After 20 minutes of running, they reached a huge village. Naruto was standing at the gate and trying to catch his breath. A gray wolf came up to him. Hey, hi, my name is Gore and I was appointed your guide. Gore smiled at Naruto. Did you catch your breath? Nod. Then let's go. Gore went to Naruto's village for him. A huge number of wolves and cubs of different colors looked at Naruto. They were ordinary like Ninkin Inazuka, but then he noticed them, huge wolves that on their 4 paws were the same height as Naruto. Some even walked on 2 paws and something they look like people. Hey, who's that? Horus looked in the direction of these wolves. Those who are on 4 paws are ordinary wolves of just another breed, and those who are on 2 werewolves are ours. Naruto raised his head, his eyes widened. Hey, who is this? Naruto couldn't contain his surprise. He pointed his finger at the sky. 3 red wolves with wings descended on one of the houses. Their wings descended on the trunk, and if you don't look closely, they will look like ordinary wolves. Are these samangs or flying fire wolves? Naruto looked at the mountain with a surprised look. Fiery? Horus exhaled loudly. They can control fire and ignite. Horus and Naruto approached Peshur. No, not so to Peshur. She was huge, mega huge. There were 4 werewolves standing at the entrance. Hey, who is this? The white werewolf pointed his finger at Naruto. he went to the free draft and got here. Let us go. The werewolf laughed. This little thing? The werewolf swung and was about to strike when a very strong ki blew out of the cave. Let him go. The voice was steely and scary. Naruto ran a herd of goosebumps. The werewolves whimpered away. Naruto exhaled and went into the cave uncertainly. Near the throne there were many she-wolves with cubs. On the throne itself sat a black wolf in size. He was larger than a chicken by 1.5 times. His eyes burned red. His paws were covered in dried blood. Identify yourself. Naruto swallowed him. Naruto Namikaze. The wolf started growling. Naruto thought he was going to be devoured. You're lying, Uzumaki. I feel their blood in you. The wolf got up from the throne and approached Naruto. Fenrir, let Kurama out. Naruto was covered with fox chakra. After that she separated from him and formed a little fox. Good afternoon, Fenrir sensei. Kurama wagged her tails. Do you know each other? Kurama nodded. When we the tailed ones just appeared, Fenrir-sama taught us and became our father and raised us. Fenrir licked Kurama. This guy your Jinchuriki? Just say it and I'll set you free. Naruto was afraid that the words about being eaten were not jokes. Kurama and Fenrir laughed. Because of Fenrir's laughter Naruto almost blew away. No, Fenrir, he's good himself. You can sign a contract with him and teach him the Sannin regime in the future. Fenrir thought about it. Kurama made eyes, like a cat from Shrek. Well, please Fenrir-sama, at least for my sake. Fenrir exhaled. Okay. If he passes my tests, I will accept him and sign a contract with him. Naruto nodded. I will cope. Fenrir-sama, I will pass all the above tests. Naruto threw his fist into the sky. There is no such test that I will not pass. Fenrir started howling. A big black wolf appeared from the shadows, like a Canadian one, and yes, thanks to the one who said it helped about them. I am the Count Alpha Wolf of the Night Wolves. If I find you worthy, I will teach you shadow control. A red wolf with wings appeared in the flames. I am Jean, the Alpha Wolf of the Winged Wolves. She saw Kurama. My God, what a cute Kurama you are. Not one wolf cub is not as cute as you. A huge gray werewolf ran into the cave. He approached Naruto and sniffed him. I'm Rex Alpha Werewolf. If you're weak, I'll definitely eat you personally. You will have to pass 4 tests. If you pass, we will become your call, and if not you will die. Count, you are the first. Naruto lived in the world of summoning for 10 days. 1 day here is 1 minute in his world. The Count's test was difficult. He had to find 5 fighters. Of the Count, these fighters could hide in the shadows, so Naruto could barely find them, though if it wasn't for Kurama, he would have spent the whole day. Then there was Jean. Naruto had to hold out under the strong pressure of fire for 1 hour each time he got into cold water. Only on the 5th attempt he could. Rex decided to arrange a fight, so everyone was in the arena. Fenrir was sitting on the throne. Next to him was Kurama, Jean, who was squeezing and licking Kurama's skin, and the Count, who was sleeping in the shade. Well, the little one is ready to break your bones now. Rex got up on 4 paws and was preparing for an attack while Naruto was warming up. Fenrir howled. It was the signal to start. Rex rushed at Naruto. When Rex was close enough, he jumped up. Rex was under Naruto. He tensed up and flew down, driving Rex's head into the ground. Naruto stood in the arena and watched as Rex tried to take out his head. After looking at it, he began to help him, and so they pulled Rex out of the trap. Fenrir curled again. It was a signal of the end of the fight. Congratulations, Naruto Uzumaki, you have passed all the tests and now I will sign a contract with you. Naruto was both happy and in a stupor. Wait, Fenrir-sama, you said that there would be 4 tests and I passed only 3. Fenrir smiled. Now I'm sure for sure that you are worthy. You helped Rex and I followed you. You helped everyone and became part of our pack, and this is the most important thing. I will personally take care of your training. Fenrir went down to the arena and put a scroll at Naruto's feet. You know what to do? Naruto nodded. He opened the scroll. There were only 2 names there. The first was in English and Naruto did not understand what was there, and the second name was Ashura Uzumaki. Naruto bit his finger and wrote his name. After that he took a kunai and cut his fingers by putting his fingers under his name. Now we are your call, Uzumaki. Naruto. Everything howled. Suddenly the white light blinded everyone. A woman in a white hoodie came out of the light. Her face was hidden by a capuchon. The girl pointed to Naruto. Are you Naruto Uzumaki? Nod. I am Amanda the White Crow. I came to tell you a prophecy and conclude a contract with you to call and teach Sannin's regime. Everyone was knocked out. The White Crow came herself. the call once did not come to the prizefighter. And then she did it and even came to the world of another call is something yes and means Naruto, Kurama, Fenrir and Amanda were standing in the caves of Fenrir. It was at her that all the other words were looked at by Kurama. Okay, let's go again, only slower. I didn't fully understand. Everyone nodded okay, just for the last time pricking up their ears. Everyone began to listen to Amanda. I'll start from the beginning. I'm Amanda White Raven. I was sent to conclude a contract of summoning with the Chosen One and also to begin his training. Naruto raised his hand. Question. Nod. I will answer any of your questions as truthfully as possible. Can you tell the prophecy? Naruto wanted to know what they wanted from him. He heard a couple of prophecies that were fulfilled there. The hero got into the maelstrom of events and Naruto didn't like it when the world covers the house and the god of war begins his plan to give birth to a child who will not only save the world but also lead it. He will unite the whole world under his banners, but if he does not cope the world will be destroyed. And then the god of war will move to other worlds. Naruto realized the seriousness of this mission at stake, not only his world, but also all the others. That's why I was sent to you, so that you would become strong enough to defeat the god of war. Fenrir took the words here. Stop. Naruto has already signed a contract with US Wolves. How can he sign two contracts at once? He is the Chosen One and the gods are inclined to Naruto. You can say he is the luckiest person. Amanda spoke aloof and looked at Fenrir as an ordinary mongrel. Fenrir noticed this. Don't you dare look at me like that. I'm Fenrir, the god of this world, and I can turn into mincemeat with one paw. Amanda turned into a huge white raven. She was equal in size with Kurama. We remember that Fenrir is 1.5 larger than Kurama. How dare you, pathetic dog. I'll peck out your eyes and tear you apart. Start praying to the real gods. Dog. Fenrir and Amanda already wanted to grapple, but then Naruto got involved in the conflict. Hey, calm down. Amanda turned back into a girl, and Fenrir sat on the fifth point. You lead Seb like two small children. Naruto was furious here. The fate of Naruto is being decided, and they decided to figure out the relationship here. Come on, calm down. And besides, did you see how she looked at me? Amanda's eyes widened. Me? You flea-bitten dog, don't lie to the Chosen One yourself. My name is Naruto, just Naruto without suffixes. These words passed by the years. I once did not lie. You feathered chicken. The usual conflict began. Well, the usual one between the huge god of wolves and a beautiful girl who can turn into a huge white crow. Nothing new. Well, please stop arguing. Better tell Amanda-san what is the interval between your world and mine. 10 days in my world is 1 day here. Naruto interrupted Amanda. 1 day in the world of wolves is 1 minute in the world of shinobi. Stop, here? Amanda nodded. That is, if I spend a year with you, half an hour will pass in my world. It's convenient. Naruto scratched his chin thoughtfully and nodded to himself. It's worth a try, and you are smart. Only 6 months will be enough for you to study, and we will start when you turn 16. Your body will not stand now. Fenrir intervened in the dialogue here. Don't forget about me. I also have to teach Naruto the mode of Sannin wolves. It's not 5 seconds. Naruto still has to decide what kind of wolf he will be. Fenrir looked at Naruto with a grin. He looked surprised at Fenrir. Choice? Fenrir nodded. Flying, werewolf, or if you're lucky, legendary. And how are they determined? Legendary? Naruto's eyes were sparkling. After a certain age, when a wolf cub becomes a wolf, a ritual is performed and it is determined what kind of wolf he will be, and legendary wolves are wolves like me, huge, strong and beautiful. You will be able to transform yourself into any wolf you choose without any senchakra. This is our Sannin regime, better than others. Fenrir proudly raised his head. Senchakra is also not needed for our regime, which is why the Council of Worlds and Gods chose us as a call for the Chosen One. Everyone was in a stupor. Advice of what? Amanda told about the fact that there are a huge number of worlds and real gods. Cool. But you can go to the world of calling crows. Amanda shook her head negatively. Only at the age of 16 I can now sign a contract with you, and our whole world is not ready to meet you yet. Stop. Many millennia will pass in your world. You will be preparing to meet me for so long. For us, time goes differently. For example, I am 190,200 years old. Our children go to different worlds and tell us about everything that happens there. so we are so knowledgeable. Okay, well, Fenrir, when will my ritual go? Tomorrow, and after that you can return to your world. Naruto nodded and looked down. There Kurama was happily snoring, lying in a lump. Naruto carefully so as not to wake Kurama up. Okay, it's time for me. Naruto yawned. I'm tired too, so for now you can continue to decide who is cooler. Naruto came out to the loud showdown of Fenrir and Amanda, but for some reason when Naruto left their showdown stopped and the fight between them began. Naruto was even too lazy to turn around. Naruto was following the mountain. Today there should be a ritual and he was very worried about what kind of wolf he would become. Naruto, if I'm flying and then Amanda teaches me Raven mode, it will be a fiasco. And if I'm a werewolf? They are strong but not clumsy. Kurama yawned. I bet the juiciest steak in the world that you will be legendary. Amanda said that the gods love you, and if you become legendary, then you can stand on the same level as Biju. But don't even think about being arrogant with me, you still can't compete. Naruto understood what Kurama was driving at and Naruto liked it. Naruto went into a cave that was not inferior to Fenrir's cave. There were a huge number of wolves, werewolves and flying wolves. Horus took Naruto to the 5 wolf cubs who were playing among themselves. However, when Naruto sat down with them, they switched to him. Hi, what are you doing here? The white wolf cub wagging his tail looked Pramo at Naruto. The same as you today to decide what kind of wolf I am. 2 cubs were surprised. But you're not a wolf. Red as if the very blood of the wolf lay on Naruto's lap, he began to stroke her. It's difficult, so let's do it some other time. The cubs nodded. A white-gray wolf appeared on the podium. It was the oldest of all wolves today. 5 cubs and our new prize winner and friend Naruto Uzumaki will go through the ceremony and determine who they are. All howled. Naruto felt strange. Imagine everyone howling and you stand like a jerk. The first 3 became big wolves. Well, like Gore said about them that they are of a different breed. Then the white wolf cub went, "What's your name?" The old man knew the name of all the cubs, but tradition should not be broken. "I am Marco." Grandpa Strick nodded and Marco went to the center. He stood on the pentagram and began to glow with white light. After a couple of tens of seconds, he turned into a huge white werewolf. Howl, yeah. Now I'll tear up anyone. Marco walked past Naruto. Good luck, buddy. After the red wolf came to the center. "What's your name?" "I am Anna the Elder." The old man nodded and she stood on the pictogram and then she began to burn. As soon as the fire went out in the center of the pentagram there was a red wolf with wings of the same color. She ran past Naruto. "Good luck, Naruto-san." He swallowed and went to the center of the arena. "What's your name?" Everyone was looking at Naruto. Everyone was wondering who he would become. Everyone was told who Naruto would become, that clan, and would train him, so everyone was on edge. "I am Naruto Uzumaki." Naruto stood on the pentagram. He was all, and so the small light in the cave went out. Naruto absorbed all the light. Where he was standing was not looking through the sphere of darkness. It began to increase. After 5 minutes the sphere became larger than Fenrir. It began to crack. Explosion. In the center of the cave there was a huge wolf completely smaller than Fenrir. His eyes were burning with a red flame, seriously burning. His fur absorbed all the light that fell on him. Naruto began to examine himself. While Naruto touched his neck his voice was steely. "Why Fenrir-sama, what's wrong with me?" Naruto blew out everyone who was in front of him with his breath. "Hey Naruto, breathe calm." And Fenrir looked at the wolves that Naruto blew out. "Breathe where there is no one. Otherwise you're killing everyone here." Naruto looked around after seeing a place where there is no one. He began to calm down. "So it means I'm a legendary wolf or something went wrong." Fenrir hit Naruto on the head. "AI for what?" Naruto stroked the bump. "Because you doubted our traditions." Fenrir exhaled wearily. "I hoped that I could get rid of you, but no, fate will have to teach you myself. Damn, such a gemmer, and even that feathered one will definitely laugh at home if you are weak." Fenrir. "Okay brothers and sisters." Naruto Uzumaki became the 2nd legendary wolf in history. There were winged wolves flying around Naruto and Fenrir. On Earth, werewolves and ordinary wolves were like an ant. "Let's greet him properly." Everyone started howling. Naruto looked at all this. Something inside clicked. Naruto raised his head up and howled his voice, and Fenrir's voice drowned out everyone. 2 legendary wolves. It was the first time in history. Naruto stood and looked at Fenrir, who explained how to turn back into a person, although he himself did not really know how it worked. So the phrases, like, probably, yes, for sure, and why didn't it work, were not uncommon for Marco and Anna to stand next to him during these 2 days. They became good friends with Marco. He was constantly joking and Anna was mocking him. Okay, everything will be fine now. Fenrir folded the seal of concentration and disappeared into white smoke. As soon as it dissipated, in place of a huge wolf there was a tall guy. He was somewhat similar to Uchiha Madara in his youth, long black hair, only if Madara's hair was a hedgehog. The guy was smooth. He looked around looking at his hands. He smiled. Yeah. It turned out as they say, you can't drink the skill. He looked at everyone and now listen to me carefully. I'll explain only once and then as you want. Fenrir began to explain to Naruto what to do. 5 minutes later Naruto turned back, only he changed. His nails became claws. He started playing with them, making them smaller than more and so several times. The hair became wilder and the fangs became twice as large. And since he became a little taller, Naruto folded the seal of concentration and created a mirror of ice. After looking at himself, his eyes widened. Wow, I'm just like Inuzuka. Cool. Naruto continued to examine himself. Okay, that's enough, go back to your world. I'll think about your training plan for now, but I know the training will be cruel, very tough. I shouldn't fall face down in the dirt in front of that feathered bitch. Woohoo, everything is clear. Someone fell in love. Naruto froze after Kurama's words. Naruto, what? Are you saying Fenrir fell in love with Amanda and vice versa? Amanda also loves Fenrir, only they have not only love but also irritation, uncertainty in Amanda, even sadness. She most likely thinks that Fenrir does not like her. Naruto thought, now it's impossible to bring them together. Better then, because it can affect his training. No, he's not a beast. Okay for now. Everyone. Naruto looked on. Your new friends, call me if you need to show someone his place. I will always be happy to help. Marco put his huge paw on Naruto's shoulder and smiled at him. And if you need help in exploration or want to fly, I'm always ready to help. Naruto stroked Anna's head. Sometimes I will call you just so that I can chat and relax together. Naruto folded a couple of seals and disappeared into the smoke. In the world of Shinobi, 20 minutes have passed, that is, he was in the draft for 20 days. Naruto appeared in the clearing next to Menma. Naruto? Menma looked at her brother with surprised eyes. She immediately noticed the changes that had happened to her brother. She rushed to her brother and began to examine him. What's wrong with you, Ni-san? Where have you been? I was looking for you and you're not there. Answer at least one question. Naruto was in a stupor. Menma examined him from end to. She even wanted to look under his shorts, but Naruto stopped her. Calm down, Menma. I met a pervert and she wanted me to sign a contract with toads, but I outplayed her and then I went free. Stars appeared in Menma's eyes. Do you want to ask something? What is your call? Menma screamed. She couldn't help herself. Wolves, and I have toads. Naruto was already surprised here. This pervert climbed up to you. Don't even think about learning from her. She's a complete pervert and I don't want you to become the same. Menma barely blushed when Naruto took care of Menma. She became like a weak and defenseless princess. Naruto kissed Menma in the forehead. When you blush, you're so cute. Menma blushed even more. Naruto and Menma went towards Konoha. By the way, are you ready for the 3rd stage? Naruto nodded. And who are you fighting against? Gaara. No dog. Menma stopped. Gaara said to herself, Menma, what's wrong with you? Don't fight with her. It's that red-haired girl. You fought against her and you know what she's capable of. You can't do it. You can wait for the exam next time. Naruto shook his head. Menma hugged Naruto and started crying. Please don't fight against her, at least for me. Please, I don't want you lose. Naruto kissed the top of his sister's head. I won't lose, I promise you. As soon as Menma walked away, let go of her brother, Naruto took a kunai and cut his palm under the surprise of his sister's gaze. I am Naruto Uzumaki. I swear to you, Menma Namikaze, that I will not die in more than one fight. Menma hit Naruto on the head. But why do everyone beat me? Menma took out a bandage and began to tie Naruto's hand. Fool, why did you cut your hand? And you are not Uzumaki but Namikaze. Menma irritably bandaged Naruto's hand. It wasn't me, Uzumaki, who said so, which means it's true. There was irritation and anger in Menma's eyes. Chat what they said. You are my brother. Naruto. Namikaze, we have nothing to do with Uzumaki. Naruto showed red locks of hair. No, yes, in a couple of years they will turn red and the usual chakra that I form. He absorbs 10 points of chakra. After he spends them, he restores these 10 points. This is the Uzumaki chakra. Naruto touched Menma's cheek with the back of his hand. She also started rubbing against her brother's hand. But you are still my sister and I will still love you even if it turns out that we are not relatives. Naruto covered Menma's lips with his own, he dared her face with his right hand and the left was on her waist. Menma was in a stupor, her eyes widened. Naruto moved away from his sister. I'm sorry, it's time for me, Naruto went on, and Menma remained standing there. She was red like her mother's hair, a river of blood flowed from her nose. Loves me, even if we are not related. She ignored all the words that said that he loves her as a sister. Menma pondered for an hour or two, and when she realized that she was thinking about how many children they would have, steam went out of her ears and head. All the teams were standing and waiting for the first pairs to survive for the fight. Minato was standing on the podium with Kazekage Raza sitting next to her. I am Minato Namikaze announcing the final tournament on Chunin. The applause deafened everyone. A woman came out to the center of the arena. She looked sick and coughed all the time. I am Genmahei 8, the judge of the third stage. The rule is sorry, you need to defeat the enemy. You can kill the enemy, but it is not recommended. You can use anything you want, except Sannin's regime. Suddenly someone can already do it. Naruto looked at everyone. In half of the cases, he began to do it in more detail. Menma was in a stupor. Naruto undressed the girls with a look, and Sasuke did not react as she herself wanted to hit Naruto for it. Genma the first fight. Naruto didn't listen to what Genma was saying next, he just wasn't interested, and the fights were boring. You could find out who would win from the very beginning. Shino entered the arena. A girl from a stone came out against her. Literally a minute later Shino sent the girl into a knockout. Naruto, yes, she is not bad, although the opponents are weak. Strange sandstones are very weak, they do not fight to the full. Sasuke nodded. She noticed it too. Naruto, it's not clear either. They either strongly believe in that red-haired one or something is wrong here. Sasuke, what do you want to say? Naruto, I bet my breakfast at the sand will attack Konoha. Sasuke, but why do they lose fights? It's stupid and Genins will get in the way in battle. Naruto is the girl who fought 2 fights ago, she is at least a Chunin. This can be determined by her movement and reaction. Menma, we need to tell this to mom, she has to do something. Naruto shook his head negatively. Naruto, it's impossible, it's just a theory so we can provoke a conflict, so be in full combat readiness and warn everyone. Just don't make noise, just say that we are preparing for battle. Naruto turned to Sasuke and pointed at her with his finger. Naruto, and you go to Fugake and tell her to prepare her Uchiha fighters to be the first to take a blow. This will raise their reputation. Sasuke nodded and ran away. Then there was a fight between Menma and Neji. He is like a fight between Naruto and Neji in the canon. So Naruka entered the arena. A girl from the fog was standing against her. She was quite tall. Behind her was Katana. Naruka giggled. Naruka, I would give up in your place after the go-ahead. Naruka grabbed the kunai in a reverse grip and flew at the girl, but she easily dodged the punches of Naruka. Grabbing the katana, she went into a counterattack. Naruka barely dodged the punches. The katana flew millimeters from her face. A blow to the stomach knocked all the air out of Naruka's lungs. Naruka, I can't lose. There's no time today. Naruka was covered with fox chakra. Only she was darker than the fox chakra of Naruto and Menma. She had one tail, but there was a lot of that. A second and Naruka near the mist, blow, and the girl flew into the wall. Naruka wanted to continue and finish off the girl, but she was grabbed by the chakra chains. It was Kushina for Chapi twisted Naruka. Kushina, Naruka, calm down, you've won, it's enough. Kushina took her daughter in her arms and carried her to the medical center. Naruto, the devil will have to protect her too. Naruto was coming up with a plan to repel the sand attack, and here it is. Naruto, if they get it, then the opponent will have kurama. Damn it, it will be necessary to talk to the other 2 parts of kurama. That Naruto's name sounded. Genma is the next fight of Naruto Namikaze against Gaara no Dog. Naruto jumped into the center of the arena. He printed out a kubikuribocho and stood in a fighting stance. A strong sandstorm rose in front of Naruto. She stood. Gaara, your blood is delicious. Mom will definitely be pleased. Naruto looked Gaara straight in the eyes. He saw her Shikaku. She was in a sand pyramid and was smiling. He could read on her lips what she said. Shikaku, kill them all, for mom's sake, for me. Naruto swung his sword a couple of times. He learned everything he needed about this girl. Naruto, hey Mini, can we go our separate ways in a good way? I don't want to spoil such a pretty face. Menma, who just came, wanted to go back to the infirmary. Naruto openly drove up to some girl and Sasuke just smiled. Gaara, mom is asking for your blood, so choose whether you will fight and reproach in agony or accept your death and die in agony. The go ahead. Naruto ran to Gaara, his hands were behind his back, well, like how they run in anime. The sword disappeared behind his back. He threw a couple of kunai to distract attention, but they were beaten off by sand. Naruto, so the sand itself repels attacks, so we need to do something with sand. Fire? No, the wind may not work, lightning and earth are useless, just like water, it will wet the sand and it will not be able to control it, and it would be necessary to pick up its improved element. Can help. Naruto dodged the spike from the sand. Naruto swung the decapitator and struck. Gaara's sand grabbed the sword, but then Naruto jumped back. Gaara did not understand Naruto's strategy and considered him a coward, but there were several dozen explosions on the sword. Naruto folded the seal of concentration and there was a powerful explosion. Naruto continued to fold the seals. He knew that it wouldn't hurt her too much, but it would give him time to prepare. Gaara came out of the clouds of smoke. She was annoyed Naruto deceived her, but there was one thing. But she still had the sword and it was strange he sacrificed such a legendary weapon for such a simple distraction. Gaara, are you that stupid? The sand quickly covered Gaara. Naruto blew out a huge jet of boiling water. He knew that then his throat would hurt very much, so he decided to play all in. Naruto folded a cross-shaped seal and 11 clones appeared near him. One stayed with him and the rest scattered in pairs. Gaara noticed that Naruto was surrounding him. She picked up the sand from arena and released sand from the pumpkin. Naruto clone released lightning from the hands of the clones, did the same. 5 jets of water with lightning covered Gaara. Shikaku, you are so weak. Mom won't love you anymore if you don't sacrifice this guy. The strongest of Biju has been sealed in you and you can't beat some kid, though I feel the chakra of this kurama skin in him, but it's very small. I guess you can't even beat the fake Jinchuriki. You pathetic. Gaara was furious. Shikaku pretended to her after the death of Gaara's mother and played on the feelings of the poor girl. Gaara, I'll kill you. Gaara cheated. She sent small senbons out of sand, like a clone dies from a light blow, and here are small senbons, and destroyed Naruto's clones. He was left alone. Gaara collected all the sand that remained and let a sand wave. Naruto created a dome because of the ice and hid from Gaara's attack. Naruto's sand has become noticeably less. Damn it, we need to take her chakra faster, otherwise she has already started to run out of breath. And then someone will not let me take her chakra. Damn it, she has become stronger, so one-tailed is also in business. You can also take her chakra. Naruto decided to act. He made the ice cloudy and created one clone and he himself went underground. A pair of hands came out from the ground under Gaara's feet and grabbed her. Gaara felt the warmth she experienced only when her mother took care of her. Suddenly the heat stopped. Gaara made a quiet demanding moan, but someone did not hear it. The dome broke. Naruto stood in the center and played with a new ability. He launched a whirlwind of sand from one hand to the other. Gaara froze. The ability that is inherited from her family is used by some guy from a hostile village. Gaara, what do you mean? How can you use magnetism? Gaara's head started to hurt. She grabbed it and screamed, Gaara, mom, no, please, I'll kill him, just give me time. Gaara began to yell and cry. Her body began to be covered with sand. Temari launched a tornado from her fan at Naruto while Kankura grabbed her sister and took her away. Naruto wanted to rush after them, but then a series of explosions thundered. Kazekage attacked Minato and local genins from a squeak began to attack Konokovitz. Naruto confirmed his theory when Genin, who could not defeat Ino, was able to defeat a strong Chunin. Naruto jumped to the edge of the Trebun. He saw how the Uchi clan repelled the attack and all the other Konoha clans came to their aid. Naruto nodded to himself and created 20 clones. He sent 10 to Naruki and the rest to Menma. Now they could become the main targets. One clone is strengthened, that is, it can withstand several blows and use genomes. Naruto excellent clans repel attacks. It's worth finding a one-tailed Jinchuriki and taking her chakra. Naruto saw where his target went and therefore it was not difficult for him to find her. Finally Naruto was able to catch up with them. Kankura was lying on a tree branch and Temari was moving away from her sister in fear. Temari, Gaara, sister please don't. Temari fell on a soft spot and began to leave her sister faster, but then she looked at the tree as if at an evil tree. Temari, damn. Gaara threw sand at her sister. He covered himself with his hands and waited for death. A second or two, nothing happened. She opened her eyes. Gaara's sand was captured by another sand. Temari was in a stupor. She already hoped that her mother had come to save her, but no, the sand was ordinary and the race had it golden. Temari looked around. She saw his Naruto was standing on the slide and stretching his arms forward. Naruto, hey Gaara, I wouldn't want one beauty to kill another. Temari ignored Naruto's tackle. She was in a stupor. This guy came out against her sister, Sand Queen, or Demon Suna. She considered this guy a suicide. Temari, what are you doing? You don't know who you're up against. Run, you idiot. Run and don't look back. It's not your fight, I'll hold her up. Temari got to her feet and looked at her sister with a confident look, even though her legs were shaking like a leaf in the wind. Naruto bent down in front of Temari and shook his head negatively. Naruto, you can't handle her. Better take your sister. Naruto pointed at Kankura. Naruto, and run, I'll handle it, don't worry. Temari looked at Naruto and nodded. She bent down to her sister and took her on her shoulder. Temari, please don't kill her, you won't understand what she went through. Naruto nodded. He looked at Gaara. Naruto, well, let's play. Gaara was half covered with sand that was in the shape of a shikaku. They laughed in a double voice. Gaara, Uzumaki, I remember how I used to kill your brothers. Gaara or Shikaku was not clear who was talking. Gaara jumped on Naruto, but he created a stake because of the ice and pierced her chest. Gaara turned into a whirlwind of sand and turned out to be a couple of meters from the place where she was pierced. He stood even without a scratch. Naruto, how to defeat her? Think, there is an idea. Naruto folded the seal of the snake, Google, and several dozen spikes came out of the ground because of the ice. Not one really touched Gaara. Sandy began to laugh loudly, but then she got into the dome because of the ice. Gaara began to look around here. Abruptly the ice began to turn into water. She thought that the cupel began to become less durable. She began to hammer. The dome was not there. The dome was very strong. Ordinary stakes made of sand did not help. The water was already at knee level and then the pressure became stronger. Naruto was on one knee and breathing heavily. I'll explain. He spends a lot of chakra to hold the dome, pour water, repel the sand attacks of Gaara, and besides, the stakes he held helped him but not much. Naruto, well, let the raccoon out, I want to test missile on the surface. Only Gaara's head remained on the dome, yelling and cursing Naruto and the entire Uzumaki clan. A second and Gaara takes a deep breath and plunges completely into the water. Shikaku, let me out, he won't be able to resist the two of us. Gaara lost consciousness and then the sand began to suck in water and increase. Naruto cursed. He lowered the seal and stood up. Naruto, it makes no sense to keep her, let it go. It turns out I'm just having fun for a minute. And there's a huge one-tailed raccoon in front of Naruto. She was smiling and looking at Naruto. Naruto missed. Naruto, well, let's start. Naruto was covered with ice and began to increase. Now there was a huge block of ice in front of Shikaku. Explosion, a huge black wolf with one tail was kneading his paws. Naruto, let's get started. Shikaku raised a storm of wind, but Naruto just stood still. Then he blew, so far in a good way, and the wind of Shikaku disappeared as well as it appeared. Shikaku, I am Shikaku, the strongest of Biju, and someone like you is not my equal. Shikaku began to form a Bijadama. Naruto cursed and began to fold the seals. It was uncomfortable for him to fold the seals with his paws, so he did it slowly. Shikaku launched the Bijadama a couple of meters to Naruto and then a mirror appeared in front of him that sucked the Bijadama into itself. The Bijadama flew back to Shikaku. She tried to hold it, but the explosion threw her a couple of tens of kilometers. Naruto turned back into a human and ran to Gaara. Minato stood on the opposite side of the race. They stood on the roof of one of the buildings around Konokovtsi and Sandstone were fighting. But then Minato noticed that there were also sound speakers in the enemy's wings. Minato, race. What do you mean? Why did you attack Konoha? Minato disappeared in a yellow flash. The race began to inspect and then a blow followed from behind. Minato hit her crown with the Rasengan technique, Minato jumped away from the Kazekage. She did not think that she could be killed so easily. The ray stood up, she opened her mouth wide, she flew out of there, one of the 3 Sanins. A student of the 3rd Hokage and one of the smartest people of the world, Shinobi Orochimaru. Minato, I thought you were dead, Orochimaru. Sama Orochimaru smiled at this statement. Orochimaru, Minato-chan, I can't just die, I still have to destroy Konoha. Minato's eyes widened. To destroy the village she swore to protect, not in her shift. Minato grabbed kunai harder in her left hand and Rasengan appeared in her right. Minato, I won't allow it. Minato threw kunai. Orochimaru easily dodged, but this was Minato's plan. Flash. And Hokage finds himself in front of the snake and hits her with a Rasengan in the stomach. Orochimaru grabbed Minato's brush. Orochimaru to Minato-chan, I thought you were stronger, but it turned out not. Everyone heard a roar here. It was a one-tailed one. All the fighting stopped. The tailed animals were dangerous, so the shinobi decided to retreat, but then something happened that no one expected. Near the one-tailed iceberg began to form. It became more than a one-tailed explosion. And near the one-tailed raccoon there is a one-tailed black wolf that was bigger than any biju. Orochimaru, damn, it wasn't according to my plan. Orochimaru kicked Minato in the stomach. Orochimaru, sorry Minato-chan, but my mission is already done, so I have to go. Bye. Orochimaru waved her hand and ran away. Minato already wanted to rush after her, but Fugaku and Menma came. Fugaku, Minato, we need help. We've surrounded the enemy, but he won't give up, so we need you. Menma, Mama is Naruto, we need to help him. Minato was torn into 2 parts, on the one hand her beloved son, on the other Konoha. Minato, damn. Menma, take your own and go help Naruto, but I'll go to talk as soon as I'm free. I'll go to you. I understand. Menma nodded and went to look for friends to help her brother. Naruto was sitting near Gaara's body. He was shamanizing over her biju seal at the same time he was sucking Tanuki's chakra and her own out of her. Naruto cursed Shikaku's attack was not in vain. There were wounds all over his body. There was sand in Shikaku's wind that dealt a strong blow to the mind. Magnetism was quite a useful ability according to Naruto's views. Then Temari and Kankura landed next to him. Kankura, hey, what are you doing? Get away from my sister. Kankura took out her puppet and Temari took out a fan. They were ready to attack Naruto. Naruto, don't be afraid, I want to help your sister. But these words passed by the ears of the Gaara sisters. They attacked Naruto. Kankura, using her puppet, launched a bunch of poisonous senbons. Naruto would not have had time to repel the attack, but then the senbons changed their trajectory. It was a stream of wind. Menma landed in front of Naruto. Sasuke landed near him. And what kind of pink-haired girl? Sasuke, Sakura, take care of Naruto's treatment. We'll cover you, don't get distracted. Sakura nodded. Then Naruto felt that someone was climbing into his head. Hi Naruto-kun, it's me, Ino Yamanaka. I hope you remember me. Of course you should remember the most beautiful girl from the academy. Naruto was in a stupor. Ino, in short, please tell those fools who rushed forward that we are close. Naruto, Menma, Sasuke, reinforcements are close. Kankura and Temari were scared when they were surrounded. She stood back to back. Their plan was to rush to her sister to pick her up and run away. They were surrounded by detachments 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. In short, a detachment from Kanon. Naruto, everyone stand. Naruto picked up Gaara. She was barely standing on her feet. Naruto, take your sister. I replaced her seal and now she will be able to sleep peacefully. Kankura quickly rushed to her sister and took her on her back. Gaara pointed her finger at Naruto. Gaara, we will meet again. Naruto, Uzumaki. Naruto, of course Gaara-san. Naruto smiled, but then he fell to one knee. Sakura flew to Naruto and began to help him get up. Naruto, damn, I'm exhausted. Sasuke put her shoulder to Naruto. He felt the support and disconnected. Sasuke, I will take him to my house where they will help him. Sakura, will you help me? Sakura nodded. Menma, I'll go with you. Sasuke nodded and they went to the Uchi quarter. Minato finished talking to the enemy and they surrendered. Minato, the monkey, the girl in the monkey mask appeared and knelt in front of her. Hokage Minato, gather the council of clans. We have to figure it out and decide what to do next. Naruto was standing in the dark. He saw only himself and nothing else, but then he saw what knocked him out of Kalia. A huge one-tailed raccoon mocked Chibi, little, Kurama. Shikaku, come on Kurama, you're the coolest. Shikaku grabbed one of Kurama's tails and lifted her to eye level, while Kurama tried to get out. Kurama, let me go, you dog. Suddenly Shikaku noticed Naruto. Shikaku, aren't you Naruto? Naruto nodded. Shikaku-an, what did you do? I feel my second part and I can even talk to it. Naruto is my ability to take and appropriate the chakra to myself, so I can divide the bijou into two parts. Shikaku listened attentively to Naruto. Shikaku, I see. Stop, it means that you are the Jinchuriki of two bijou at once? Naruto, yes, and my plans are also to pick up other bijou. Kurama looked at one point during the conversation between Naruto and Shikaku. Kurama, I don't like the guys. Kurama didn't have time to finish as all three got on some kind of pentagram. Kurama, it can't be the same, she will be allowed to finish today. He appeared in front of our Trinity. Hagoromo Otsutsuki, he was hovering above the ground. Hagoromo, hello Naruto Uzumaki, I am Hagoromo Otsutsuki or Hermit 6 ways. Naruto, hello Hagoromo, let's get straight to the point. Naruto, you are the chosen Naruto and you have an important job. You have to save this world. For this you have to free all the bijou, but be careful, if you take too much you can release Jubi, the most dangerous creature in the world. She can destroy you and our whole plan. Naruto, what exactly should I do? Hagoromo, you have to stop the enemy. Naruto, who? Hagoromo, I can't tell you. It may affect the future. Naruto, can I take some chakra from you? And yes, why do men only have a chakra with you and me? Hagoromo, no. I had 2 daughters and somehow it so happened that the chakra was transmitted only to their daughters. It affected society. If before there was a man in charge in the house, now it's a woman. Naruto scratched his imaginary beard. Naruto, it's clear I'm betting on genetics. Hagoromo, Kurama, Shikaku, you and your sisters have an important job. You should help Naruto on his journey. Shikaku and Kurama looked at each other and turned away. Shikaku and Kurama, I won't work with this dog/fur coat. Naruto, stop acting like children. We have an important job and we have to do it. Okay old man, I still have to deal with the forces of Shikaku, so it's time for me. Hagoromo, no, if everything goes to hell after all, I'll help you. Naruto, at least thanks for that. If someone had seen what was happening in Naruto Namake's basement, no one would have believed. Now there were heads of such clans as Uchiha, Hyuga, Inuzuka, Aburame, Yamanaka and Kurama in his basement. The heads of these clans sat in comfortable chairs, and around their circle stood representatives of small clans and legendary shinobi, Kakashi, Rin, Madogai. Naruto coughed into his hand. Naruto, so why did you decide to gather at my place? Fugaku, last night there was a council of clans dedicated to the events that happened the other day. I'm talking about the sand attack on Konoha. Inoichi Sand will pay for the repair of Konoha and a small compensation. In general, we came out in the negative. Naruto, why? Inoichi, you see, we could have taken more money and signed an alliance. That is, we not only did not earn, but we did not even find an ally. Unkai, you can forget about her. The Sand has already stated that they have nothing to do with the attack on Konoha and it is not profitable for them because it is Konoha who is the main buyer and seller in the Sand. Yes, and plus Kazekage died on the way to Konoha. Everyone looked at the head of the Inuzuka clan in surprise, but then calm down. Some Sand blames its separatists for this. Naruto, is all bad, so what should we do? We will raise an uprising only after my return. But for now it is worth establishing relations with Sand and it should not be done on behalf of Konoha. Inoichi, I have already prepared a letter. Naruto nodded. Hayashi, I have a couple of influential friends in the Sand so we can put pressure on the Sand Council. Naruto, so we have solved the Sand problem. What's next? Fugaku Orochimaru's attack. Naruto here for more details, and yes, someone from the Uchi clan disappeared. Fugaku, yes. Shursui Uchi disappeared. Naruto's eyes widened and he got up from his chair. Naruto, Shursui is missing? Did she have a Manjikyu? Fugaku lowered her head. Fugaku, yes there was. I sent detachments but they could not find her. Our theory is either she was abducted by Orochimaru or she went alone after her. Naruto, why? Fugaku, Orochimaru killed Shursui's parents in front of her. Naruto, it's clear. Okay. We won't be able to find her anymore. Kakashi, I beg your pardon, can I say? Naruto nodded. Kakashi, lately, Shursui has been acting strangely, often running late, talking to herself and becoming more violent. Naruto thought about it. Naruto, she betrayed us. Fugaku, what? It's impossible, I raised her. She wouldn't betray us, but I'm not talking about Konoha. She's ready to die for her. Naruto, is a theory. But it's extremely plausible though. Fugaku what? Naruto no another theory. Then the door to the basement opened and let the only light into the room. Sasuke was standing on the threshold. She went into the basement, closing the door behind her. Sasuke, Naruto, Jiraiya-sama has already come a couple of times. She is looking for you all over Konoha. It's time for you to travel. Naruto, okay, it's time, but first we need to solve one question about the uprising. What are we going to do? Look for allies from outside or strengthen the search inside Konoha? Fukage, it is worth strengthening Konoha from the inside. Hayashi, no, it's worth finding allies from outside. The rest will accept the new government themselves. Naruto shook his head negatively and left the basement under a loud dialogue about what to do. Sasuke UV studied them well. Naruto fit into Sasuke's lips near the door. She responded to the kiss and crossed her legs behind Naruto's waist. Naruto, wait for me, before you know it, I'm home. Sasuke, I hope. Naruto winked at her and disappeared. He found himself near Jiraiya, who nervously walked through the streets of Konoha and cursed Naruto. Naruto, it's good that I put a search stamp on it. A second later, Naruto appears in front of Jiraiya. Naruto, hey, pervert, I've been looking for you. I already wanted to go alone, but you're lucky. Jiraiya was in a stupor. She was looking for him, right? Jiraiya, hey et, Naruto, let's not talk, I'm already tired of waiting, let's go. Naruto threw his hands behind his head and went to the Konoha gate. Jiraiya looked down a little and went after him. Jiraiya is definitely not going to be a boring adventure. Jiraiya licked her lips. Jiraiya, he's 13 now, he'll be 17 in 4 years. So I'll have a full year. In one of the many hotels that were located on the territory of the country of rivers, there was a temporary base of Naruto Uzumaki. Yes, it was Uzumaki about 2 years ago that our blonde hedgehog turned into a red-haired princess. Now Naruto was going through reports about what was happening in the land of the wind. The separatist movement was gaining momentum. More and more villages renounced the daimyo and Kazekage. They even took seats in the country's council. The civil war was just around the corner and it was a great moment for Naruto to create a spy network in the sun. But other strange and important personalities also wanted to leave their interests in the sand. Then they knocked on the door and entered. A slender brunette appeared on the threshold. This is a girl from the hotel staff and it was quite strange. She behaved differently when Naruto first moved in. She was rude and even rude to him, and now only her presence was respected and revered. The girl Naruto is, well, Uzumaki checked his stay here was supposed to be anonymous, and he was so easily discovered. Naruto, no, I'm Mick. The girl interrupted Naruto. The girl Naruto herself is not worth lying. I am a censor, and for this I can say that you have a chakra, and there is only one man in the world who can use the chakra, and that's you. Naruto realized that he needs to act quickly or he will have problems. I will immediately inform the administrator that you are visiting us and you will be transferred to a VIP room. The girl tried to quickly escape, but Naruto grabbed her wrist. Naruto, wait. I'm a VIP guest and you have to help me with one thing. Naruto, yes, how problematic you are. Naruto sat back down on his chair and continued to read the reports. But now a girl whose name he doesn't even know was giving him a blowjob. A girl in the armor of Captain Anbu Sand appeared near Naruto. It was Erika, one of Uzumaki's spies and son, and that meant a lot. Due to the problems in the sand, the Anbu commanders gained more power and the 5 strongest commanders created an unofficial shinobi council. Erika, as soon as I left, you already found yourself another one. The girl had a small smile on her face. Naruto, to remind you of our first time, okay, let's better report on what is happening in Suna Erika villages that are located near the Bay of Sharks against Kazekage, and most of the opponents are in the northern territories, and Willow decided to support them by sending a bunch of soldiers and resources. We don't know how they did it. Naruto, recently, the land of birds and stone began close communication. Naruto moaned sweetly when he entered the throat of a brunette. Stone pours a lot of funds into the land of birds and even keeps several divisions there, which means that the influence is growing exponentially. Naruto, if we seize control of the country of birds, then a huge number of Willow soldiers will be surrounded by capturing their sand will be able to put pressure on the stone, and Konoha will support Suna. Erika, but Naruto-sama, how do we take control? Most likely, the government will be under the control of the stone. It sounds strange. A smile appeared on Naruto's face that scared the two girls. Naruto, you know what I'm a pro at. I just need to meet them and consider that they are already ours here. Naruto remembered something important. Damn, in a week I'll have to be in Konoha. The way to the land of birds and collecting information is 1 or 2 days. Another day to fulfill the plan. I have 3 days left for the final showdown, but I need 4. If I'm late for a day there may be problems, then we need to reduce the time. It will be difficult, but possible. Naruto looked at his bed and grinned. Erika was sitting on the girl's face and moaning, thinking that he could spend less time on the plan. He took off his pants and joined the girls. Naruto was sitting on the roof and looking into the distance. His scarlet hair was blowing in the wind. He was thinking about the future. The scouts had already gone to the land of birds. So soon he would get full information about the country, but for now he had to return to Konoha. Because of Minato, most likely the whole world already knows that Naruto Uzumaki himself is the first. A man with a chakra will soon return home, and it is because of this that the scarlet-haired man could no longer move quietly and anonymously around the countries. Then a silhouette appeared in the distance that waved. It was Jiraiya. A couple of days ago she went to her friend and left Naruto alone, and this happened almost constantly. Then she would go to a friend or a friend. She could leave her godson for a week or 2. And once even for a month. Our hero liked it. Complete freedom of action. It was clear that Jiraiya in some way did not care about Naruto. It was clear that she did not plan to change her lifestyle, but the scarlet-haired one had one. Question: why she, Toad Sannin, almost did not train Naruto, only showed the world, explained the politics of countries and explained things that Naruto already knew, with the condition that life with Jiraiya was a big risk for him. One day she slept with the husband of an influential lady and Naruto was almost killed. Naruto-kun. There was a loud shout from Jiraiya. The named one looked closer and saw that Jiraiya was running, or rather running away from a crowd of evil women. Why do I need this? Naruto massaged the weights and quickly dived into his apartment. He took the bag with his things, sealed it in a fuin seal and quickly went to Jiraiya. Lord Naruto, please help. Then Jiraiya was picked up. It was Naruto. The pervert realized that her great one was being held in her arms like some weak child, but for some reason she liked it. She snuggled up to Naruto's body and completely surrendered to him. After a couple of minutes, Naruto let Jiraiya go to the ground as rudely as possible. His plans to seduce the strongest of the Sannins had already failed for a long time. Even when Naruto matured, Jiraiya continued to look at Naruto the same way as in their first meeting. It was strange. It seemed like the title of the most obscene woman in the world should mean something, and at least it should be interesting. What is the difference between a man with a chakra and without it? But the only thing Naruto could get was a strong friendship. Naruto-kun, why is it so tough? Naruto looked at Jiraiya with a serious and condemning look. What? And you're probably wondering why I was being chased. Uzumaki didn't change his face, and it scared Sannin a lot. In short, I was just walking around the village and then I met a nice guy. We got to talking and then accidentally got to his house, and then to bed, and then his wife came. She was with her sisters and they had some kind of gang. I did not delve into here. An interesting story of Jiraiya, interrupted Naruto. I don't care who and when you sleep with, but sometimes I get it because of this, so be kind enough to calm your cap or I will do it. Jiraiya rolled her eyes. Can you? Jiraiya continued to sit on the ground, and now her words sounded like an invitation, but it seemed suspicious to Naruto. All the time they were like two friends, and now in bed, there was a strange feeling of Minato's intervention. Believe me, it won't be difficult to do it. Naruto turned away from the woman. We have to be in Konoha in 3 days. We'll go now. We'll have time. Jiraiya snorted, but when Naruto disappeared from sight, she quickly ran after him. Naruto stood on the mountain and looked at Konoha. There was a feeling that she hadn't changed a bit. He exhaled joyfully because he finally returned home. Only the guards, who were at least 3 times more than usual, were bothering his eyes. Uzumaki was wary. It seems that only grass and rain are hostile to Konoha now, but they are not so dangerous that to do something, and Konoha recently signed a couple of military alliances. two of which were concluded with Naruto. Half an hour later, Naruto went to Konoha, and he was very upset. If earlier when entering the village you saw joyful people and sellers, now he saw only kunoichi and doctors. Naruto was at a loss. Now his plan to overthrow Minato was at stake, and now he didn't need a war, and she could to begin with one of his allies. Naruto pulled himself together and went straight to the Hokage residence. When he walked, all the girls looked at him. Everyone already understood who this scarlet-haired guy was, and the fighting spirit of the soldiers jumped to the sky. Everyone became more confident. Naruto walked into his mother's office without knocking. As soon as the fourth saw her son, her eyes widened. She was told that he was damn handsome and cool, but not to that extent. "Mom, what happened?" Minato was hanging for a few seconds, but then she came to her senses. "How glad I am that you're okay." Minato had a smile on her face like an ordinary mother who looks at her child, but then she became more serious. "As you probably know, we are in league with San." Naruto nodded. "And recently there was a complete attack on Kazekage, but then it got much worse. In the land of San the civil war began, and Konoha joined this war, because there are many soldiers from other countries on the side of the rebels." Uzumaki pondered what his mother said. "But after this civil war we immediately go to the land of grass. They take advantage of our employment and attack border territories, so we need to resolve this issue as well." "I understand you, and I'm ready to help everyone in my village." Minato was delighted. Her plans for Naruto are coming to fruition, and she likes the situation in the world a hell of a lot. After the civil war, sand will become a puppet of Konoha, and aggressive grass will generally become part of the country of fire. After that, other countries will begin to be more afraid of the country of fire. And personally, Minato, well done Mom, but I really have to go." Naruto kissed his mother on the forehead and quickly dressed and ran out of the office. "We'll talk to you again." That was the last thing Naruto heard. Naruto was walking slowly through Konoha. His mislie were far away from here. The situation in the world was accelerating, so he himself needed to accelerate with the uprising, but now it would be dangerous to do anything. Because of this, a new world war could begin. Naruto himself did not understand where he was going, but for some reason he came to his family's house. Through the window you could see the activity of several people. Uzumaki did not understand what he was doing, but for some reason he wanted to get home. Something attracted him home. Reason faded into the background and instincts took over, and he opened the door and saw two girls. "Ni-san, an unexpected end has come."